All right, everyone's
Goddamn mood.
in. I'm gonna. Everyone, remember who everyone is. God knows I'll
I
forget.
made notes this time.
Victoria is Drow Girl. There are two dwarves. I don't know which is which.
George is Hitty Stick Dwarf.
I'm the dumb one.
Michael is very short magic guy
Smart
dwarf.
dwarf.
Yeah.
My note is little wizard boy, the shortest person in the party.
Yes.
There is Tiefling, and then I am Mom Orc.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mama Orc.
Yeah, I brought up that point
Stop me,
after
Mummy.
last session. No.
Oh.
Victoria, bad.
Don't
Yeah.
tell me what to do.
What'd you say?
Stop me, mommy.
Oh, I'm sweating.
Now, I brought up this point last time that I said you're basically the mum of the group, and she was like, no, I'm not. And I was like, you gave them pocket money, you told them where to eat, you helped them up onto the horse, and you tucked another player into bed.
And I couldn't deny that, and I was upset.
Yeah.
No, you didn't just say that. You just.
I mean, I'm the mum friend in real life.
I'm the child in real life.
I can't
So
say this because my mom is like right next door, but.
Oh, God. Are we going to get some horrifically typed out mess? Yes.
wow.
Yeah.
Which I also can't deny, and I hate it.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't understand the
Soft,
appeal of MILFs, but
soft women are really nice.
I'm a soft woman, but I'm just fat.
That's what soft means, right? It just means you chunk. Okay.
It's like
I'm sad.
It's like not fat, but like not. You know, it's kind of like a midpoint.
Chunky.
Yeah.
No, not necessarily. Just anyway, on to D&D.
Yeah, we've been talking about MILFs for way too long, and I started the stream 10
Not long
minutes
enough.
ago.
10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
You're gonna get banned for Twitch.
No, I'm not. I'm pretty
I'm
sure.
gonna show my feet. I'm gonna do it.
No. Please don't.
Nobody
No one
wants
wants
to
to
see
see
that.
that.
I have adorable feet.
Why is this the second D&D group I'm part of that has like feet pics as a running joke?
I don't.
Because
want that.
everyone
That's
has
not
feet
a
pics as a
running.
running
That's
joke.
not a running joke. That's not gonna
Can
be.
it be?
Thing. No.
It's gonna be. It's gonna be now,
No.
and I'm gonna make sure it is.
No.
Is it just the theme of Liam?
I know.
Yes. No, he's a cripple different. A gay cripple.
Yeah, his feet don't
Basically
work.
the same thing.
What? Yeah, that's no. Anyway.
That's my thing. I'm
so-
the gay cripple.
Seriously, starting potentially.
I have no idea where we are.
okay,
To be honest.
so- At the end of the last session, after defeating some plans that went awry, and basically earning the respect of a bunch of townsfolk, including one gayman,
Oh yeah.
Game.
man.
he invited you over to his magical guild to talk about potentially completing some contracts to earn some money. Mercenary style, but you're a lot more respected and a lot less, just seen as a mercenary. So after
We also do not act like mercenaries.
No, that is why he wanted to hire you, because you seem a lot more like the normal man. A lot more like people that can be respected and liked, and don't just run around with a crossbow and a scowl.
I'm a
Um,
drow.
The D&D.
He's a high elf.
Yeah, and?
Just pointing it out.
But-
There's no way he'd think of me as any kind of value.
He sees you as something that he's not really seen before, and something that is different, which is what he wants. He doesn't want a bunch of humans and elves running around acting as if they make a lot of money. He wants people that believe that they're genuinely doing good to help out townsfolk and change the public opinion of magic.
Yeah, that's not
Which
happening.
I'm still scared of.
Yeah, I kind of partly my fault.
Well, maybe through this line of work, not only do the average people see magic as something better than it is, maybe you will too. But other things that happened last session included you trying a little bit of beer, getting food, staying at the inn, and finding an entire fucking horse.
Comet,
I don't think
my
we
boy.
found it. I think we paid for it fair and square.
No, you found
Yeah.
it and then paid for it.
Fair enough.
I found it.
Yes.
Well, I jumped
In
on
the
it.
magical
got
world
run
of the
over by it.
alleyway.
Yeah, very true. I nearly killed it.
Yeah, you were
And the
gonna
owner.
fucking decapitate its leg.
Yeah, I remember that. Just
I
trying
was
to
gonna
kill the owner
rugby
for
tackle
no
the
reason.
owner. Yeah.
Yes. But anyway, other things included a failed stealth attempt to get into the library from the party drow and warlock.
Which none of us know about.
Yeah, none of you know about that apart
yeah,
from
that's
the party
fine.
drow and the warlock. But now you're on your way to the Magical Guild in order to sign up and see what contracts they have available and see if you can earn decent pay. Do any of you want to stop by any of the shops on the way there, or do you want to just beeline straight there?
I don't remember there being anything interesting.
Nah.
So.
You didn't really explore the full town, you just sort of explored the market square. On your way to the Magic Guild, you see a few shops. There's like a map stall where you can buy a map of the city, and as well as like a map of the general area. There's a few stores that sell like generic things, but if you're just beelining there, you don't really get a good look at them. It's up to you.
Well, just saying, from a tactical point, we should probably get maps. But we can also, could we do this like after we go get our contracts?
Sure.
Yeah, but they might give us a map to help us out with stuff, so...
I was thinking maybe we'd get one from our rival's little sister. Thanks.
What?
Pokemon.
No.
Where everybody likes you more than your rival. It's really depressing if you think too long about it.
Smell you later.
That's why he has a complex, Professor Oak. You can't even remember his own name.
Ash was here, Gary's a loser.
Yeah, that's why you give him the worst possible name ever. That's why everyone hates him.
I tend to name him Asshat.
Yep, anything.
See, I was nice, and I also didn't know swear words as a child, so...
I didn't play it as a child, I played it later on.
Stupid was a swear word in my house.
I've never played Pokemon.
And you're lame for it.
I was scared of Pokemon. The fucking the random encounter, like when you find a Pokemon, it scared the shit out of me. I'd fucking
That's a
throw my Game Boy
horrifying
Color.
Ratata, I get it.
Please put
Some
that
of the
in things
Pokemon,
people
if you
said.
read their descriptions, are actually quite terrifying.
It's true, but
Liam, please put that in things people have said. I'm
What?
scared of Pokemon.
Oh god. Yeah. You
Yeah,
know
I
you
never
can
did
type as
yourself.
well.
Just do it yourself.
I added one.
Stop being lazy. God.
All right. So, do you stop by any of the shops on the way there? Do you have a look through any of them, or are you just straight roaming?
We'll see what freebies we can get from.
Then we'll go supply shopping.
Yeah.
Freebies?
Yeah, we might get
From the
something
guild.
joining the guild.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So you go straight to the guild, and it looks to be like this relatively large building with pillars on the outside, and it seems relatively posh. It's nowhere near as elaborate and almost as inviting as the Magical University, which you can see just down the road, but it still looks pretty professional, and it still looks a lot more posh than what most of you have seen, with the exception of Urieli.
Fucking hell.
It's hard for
One
me
day.
to say. It is hard. I will get there. But yes,
You did so well earlier.
I assume you will walk in?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. Walking in, you see these large sort of empty spaces with marble flooring that leads to this desk with a few women just typing away on typewriters. None of them really seem to notice you, or if they do, they don't really seem to care. But talking to a few other adventurers near the main desk is Gaiman Everdal and his little secretary, which still appears to be writing into a notebook. What
I'm
do
going
you
to
do?
go straight up to Gaiman and go, "Howdy, Mr. Gaiman."
Ah, hello. Glad to see that you've had an early rise. You all here? And he looks behind you at the rest of the party with a small smile.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Alright, is it just Biddy that's walking up to him, or is everyone else following?
I'll probably stay a bit back because
I feel like we're all
what happened.
we're all like behind Biddy because she's more confident than all of us.
It's not
We're
that.
European.
I got caught breaking in, and if just that random janitor decides to appear, it's not going to be good.
You do know it was more than the random janitor, right? You do know that like 3 guards
Yeah, the guards
saw-
didn't see me.
No.
No, only the janitor saw me.
Yes.
I'm just hiding in my hood.
Yeah. He gives a
Yes,
look
sir.
around all of you, but he seems relatively happy that you've all turned up. Alright, so, let's try not to waste too much time. I'll go through the rules with you relatively quickly, so that you can get started as soon as you want. A lot of adventurers do not want to waste time around here. Firstly, as a group, you'll be able to take out 2 contracts a day. At the moment, we've only got 3 bronze level contracts available for you. As you do better in the guild, you'll be able to have access to higher level contracts. But that will be in the future if you decide to stick around.
Sounds about fair.
Yes. Payment will be dependent on the contracts, and we will give you the information when you decide to check them out. For now, if you want to become official members of the guild, you need to go to the front desk and speak to one of these ladies, and he points to what appear to be 2 old ladies, one of which human, one of which is a halfling. Yes, just speak to them and sign down your name, and we can get talking about official business interests.
Alrighty.
Alright, so...
Be right back then.
Okay, so I assume, Biddy, you go first.
Oh yeah, she just strides over confidently and is like, "Good morning, ladies.
Hello?
I'm here to sign up for contract sign up to be part of the guild to do contract work."
She doesn't even look up from her typewriter. She just puts a piece of paper on the desk and just slams it down and says, "Full name here, group name here."
Group name.
She
What's the
looks
group
back
name?
to everybody. She's like, "Bayless, do we got a group name?"
I'm not sure.
Nope. Well, we kind of just happen to be, so I guess we need to think of one.
Well, yeah,
Oh.
I assume so. I mean, if we want to be able to take all them contracts, we can. That'd be nice.
Group
The
names can
Brave
be changed
Dwarfs
in the
featuring
future.
guests.
No.
Okay.
Just kind of give him a look. like,
Biddy's babies.
Dwarves and friends.
Biddy's babies. Hmm.
Yeah.
Babies.
Oh god, no.
Babies.
I have
Biddy
spawned
and her-
this.
You
Yes.
have nobody to blame but yourself.
Can we have dwarves? No, Biddy's babies. I'll take that one.
Oh,
Yeah,
are you
yeah,
sure
Are
we
we
wanna
all in
stick to
favour for
that?
Biddy's babies?
I mean,
I
it's,
vote.
Why are all of you agreeing to this?
I'm not so sure.
You brought us together.
You're outvoted though. is the
That's
thing.
true. That's true.
You're not
Okay.
part of the group.
I'll abstain, but if everyone else is okay with it, then I
I'll
guess we'll go
I'll
forward.
go with Biddy's babies.
Oh boy.
Jesus Christ.
What about Biddy's band?
Biddy's band. There we go.
Biddy and the Biddies?
I guess
Biddy
you're the leader
Bidettes.
now.
Biddy's band of babies.
Yes.
No.
Biddy and the Bidettes.
Yes.
All of
Biddy
them.
and the
All of them
Jets.
at once.
The entire time you've been having this conversation in character, they've been staring at you disapprovingly.
Also, is Gaiman still
Okay.
like about?
He's just leading other adventurers to the contract wall and just speaking to them.
When he has a free moment, since we've kind of got a name, I would like to talk to him when he has a free moment.
Okay, hey, you...
So what are we officially?
I mean, I'd
Gaiman's
like
men.
to suggest Biddy's bitches.
Ooh, that I
no.
like.
Okay.
What about just the bitches?
Yes.
No, we're not
Oh.
going around known as the bitches. That's so
That's so
not
badass.
professional at all.
How about Biddy's band of bitch babies?
That's
It's
good.
getting worse.
That's good. It's getting better.
I was scared I wouldn't have enough planned for this session. This is gonna take 2 hours.
Yeah. We're not going to leave this building.
The Biddy's band of merry adventurers.
Biddy's
Two
babies.
I
Merry
pref-
Wiener
I prefer
wenches.
bitch babies.
Bitch babies sounds pretty good.
Christ.
I feel like bitch needs to be in there.
No,
I'm like,
It really doesn't.
it really does not.
We
For
could
our
just be called
professional
bitch.
group name.
We'll make it a band name, just bitch.
Biddy looks to the old ladies and she's just like, do you got any suggestions, ma'am, for a group name?
I don't know.
God.
I kind of pipe up and just be like, the Misfits. We're kind of a rough band. We're all a bit different.
Oh, I like that.
Misfits will do. Yeah.
Once again, you can change your names down at a later date.
Oh, okay.
Should you so wish.
How do you spell misfit?
Really? Just kinda
Intelligence
look
of 8.
It's obvious. It's the
NIGGA.
squiggly line, the one with like diagonals.
She just hands the paper to what's his name, the tiefling the warlock.
Mikalash.
Mikolash. She just hands it to Mikolash.
Okay, then I just write,
draws
I
a
write
dick
down.
on it.
I
You
write
write down
down misfits on the paper.
Okay, and do you write your names?
Yeah, I'd write down my names and just I get pass them around and let everybody.
Cool.
Okay,
I'll
what
write
did
down
you
my
write
I'd
down,
like to read a
Mikolash?
contract first.
Fuck, that would be a good idea.
Yeah, reading it is probably a good idea. I thought it was just a like fill out form thing, nothing too descriptive on it.
What, do you want to actually read the contract?
I'd like to read a
God,
contract.
are you one of those people who reads the terms and conditions?
Agree.
God damn it, I was so close to getting you to sell your soul.
Damn it.
The contract
I'm high
is...
ranking. I know how contracts utilize people.
I would like everyone
Steal
to
their
make
souls.
an investigation check if you want to read the contract.
But
Betty's not going to. She is too trusting.
Yeah.
That was a natural one.
get fucked.
Alright, so Regthar, you just start looking down the contract, and you're pretty sure this is a menu. You don't know why they offer food at this place, but now you're really hungry, and you've forgotten why you're here.
Smartest character here as well.
Yeah. Yeah, you have an insane high intelligence. That was amazing. Victoria, you sort of gloss through it. It just looks like a bunch of posh words that don't
Yeah, the
really
only
make
reason
sense.
Excuse
can I-
you!
Can I look at it?
Yeah, make an investigation
Roll
check.
investigation.
Boom, baby.
Oh, fuck's sake.
So while I was writing my name, I like glanced over it. And, like,
Mikolash and Gorg, you just have a look at it. And it seems like it's mostly using a bunch of smart words to seem more filled out than it is. But essentially it boils down to you do jobs, you get paid, you can quit when you want, there may be a fee if you do things wrong.
Do we get Gatorade?
That is
No.
not a thing in this world,
Excuse me?
and it shouldn't
Does
be a
it-
thing in
Can't
our
get
world.
laid Gatorade.
Does it specify what fees are for what misdeeds?
It's mostly doing things outside that are specifically advised against in contracts. So, for instance, if you're supposed to capture someone alive and then you stab them in the face, that might be a charge. Or if you do something maybe outside the law in order to complete a contract, you may have to like pay a few bounty fines to.
So does
get
that
off
just
of
cut
it.
into our like profits, or do we actually have to like do we?
It
lose
depends
money?
on the size of the bribe. Like if you do something small, like you park a horse in a residential area, and that costs like 5 gold, you could take that out of your contract. If you do
Don't you
something
hate when
like
your horse gets a parking ticket?
yeah, if you steal like 300 gold, obviously you'll have to pay that back quite a bit, and that will go outside of what your contract would pay.
Just comments like covered in parking tickets, like
Yeah.
stuffed in it.
God.
Make some armor out of parking tickets.
Yes.
Stands there a bit too long, people start throwing eggs at it.
Poor horse.
Don't throw the eggs at the
Flavor.
horse.
Yeah, don't do
That's
that.
mean.
The horse has
We
more
put
health
like
than
window
you.
wipers on it, and they
It does. I saw the other day how much damage a horse can do. Oh,
It would
oh.
kill
Oh,
the
Horse
dude.
shit
is
out of us.
stupid.
there's a girl who I worked with, and she walks funny because she got kicked in the head by a horse as a child.
Yeah,
They can
no,
fuck you
horses
up.
are no joke. Same thing with you know why they keep
Is that what happened to
donkeys?
you, Liam?
No, I was just born wrong.
God kicked him in
That's
the
why
head.
they also. Do you guys know why they keep donkeys with herds of cattle? Because coyotes. I mean, they are, but coyotes will not funk with donkeys because a single
Oh, wow.
kick from a donkey will kill them.
Yeah,
Shit,
not
that's why
surprised.
whenever people talk about horses, because I know a lot of hipster girls, so they talk about horses a lot, and I just say, yeah, I'm terrified of horses because
Are you
they
in
can
that group of
fucking kill
hipster
you.
girls?
Yeah, One
Horses
long,
are prey
luscious
animals.
locks.
Remember that.
It's fabulous.
They're gorgeous and majestic, and I'm terrified by them.
Horse
They are
Like
prey
women.
animals.
Yeah, like women.
God, that's a mood.
Alright, so do all of you sign your names?
Yes.
I guess
Yes.
so.
Alright, how do you sign your names? Is it posh? Is it regular?
I just write down my name.
With a
Well,
pen.
I'm trying to order on the menu still.
Okay, so
I mean, I like to imagine I have like a seal and everything.
Yeah, you would. Okay. Victoria, make a sleight of hand check.
Are you kidding me?
You
Nah,
watch
Two
as
nat ones.
she starts writing
She just
her name,
explodes.
and it looks very posh. It's very curvy. You can't really read much of it because it's obviously trained from a higher education. But she just doesn't stop curving, and eventually, like, the signature trails off onto the table.
I had a hand cramp, I guess.
All right, so you all sign your names, you all hand the contracts in. She has a look over them. She does not look impressed, but she nods and then stamps them, gives you a copy all, and then she puts them away in a folder somewhere. And then,
Can I just point out that Biddy's full name is Biddy Lou Spine Stealer?
Yeah,
Oh
you
my
all,
god.
What?
a few things you will notice. Mikolash doesn't appear to have a last name. Fucking Biddy, her last name is Spine Stealer.
That's amazing.
That's a great name.
Gorg's
What's
name
Gorg's?
is 2 G's. It's Gorg fucking Gavriel. Is it Gavriel?
Gaviel.
Gaviel, yeah. Gorg Gaviel, which sounds like a type of noodle.
Now I'm hungry. Hand me that menu.
We've got
I heard the ribs are good here.
Regtharn Ulsterg, which is a traditional dwarven name, and we got Uriel von Lanter. Von Lanter
That's how I'm
sounds
That's a
pronouncing
porn
it,
name.
Sure.
yeah, sounds a bit Urieli.
You're Riley.
Urieli.
You're
Urieli. I
You're
think I've got
Atlanta.
that now.
Like,
You're
you're telling
Irish.
somebody they are Riley.
Yeah,
Yes,
Urieli.
basically. I tried to tell him that. He doesn't understand.
I don't.
Well,
there are
he's
some.
Liam. He's dumb.
There are some words I can't pronounce. Okay, like that one.
Just pretend that
Worcestershire.
you're
Worcestershire.
No, I can't.
Worcestershire.
No,
pretend that you're asking your friend Lee if he's okay. You're like, really?
Urieli.
I'm gonna grab a drink quick.
Really?
All right.
Oh, Ollie!
All right.
Damn it,
With
Ollie.
Urieli's last name, would I recognize it at all? Because since like
sounds
would I-
familiar. You wouldn't really have any idea. Like
No.
it just sounds like one of those names you would have heard people use before.
Okay.
But yeah, once you all sign,
Like Rockefeller.
you fucking Mikolash, you said you wanted to cool down Gaiman.
Yes. When
Okay,
Mr. Damien.
he leaves the group that he was speaking to look at the contracts before heading over to you. You see the group take down a couple of contracts before walking off. Have you
Can
all
I
signed
quickly
up?
examine the group?
Yeah,
yeah.
sure. Make an investigation check.
Doop.
Oh no.
They look pretty capable. Like one of them has a crossbow, one of them has a sword. They just look like a bunch of generic adventurers.
Victoria disappeared.
Looking for money.
Yeah, I accidentally
is.
closed the tab. I'm back.
Nice one.
That's why I said, oh no.
Yeah. They look. There's only 3 of them, so they don't look like as powerful as your group. But you can get why they're here.
I don't know if our group exactly looks powerful.
Your
I
group
think
doesn't
they
look
look
powerful.
right now.
You don't look powerful, but a lot of you have some decent gear, and there's 5 of you. So you be
And also,
able.
one of them
Maybe.
is over 6 foot half orc, to be fair.
Yes.
And one of them is ridiculously tiny, so if anything, we just put them in
Kill
front of
them.
the enemy and they'll trip over them.
If anything, one of you can throw the other one at enemies.
Exactly.
Please throw,
Improvise, adapt, overcome.
throw
Need a
Michael
pointy
at
hat.
someone. Please. It'll be so funny.
I don't have the up strength.
Not you, Orc bitch.
I know.
I got a -2. I'll be. I'm good.
What is my strength? I
I'm looking
have
over my
a
strength.
strength of 12. I'm more dexterous than I am strong.
Sorry, I was just grabbing a
I
drink.
have a strength of -2.
Michael, you missed us
Ooh.
talking about throwing you.
Oh,
You're
Why-
the
why-
smallest member of the
that is
group.
that's also something that happens in the one campaign I RP.
why am I
I'm a
being
gnome.
thrown?
Because you're the smallest one, you're a perfect projectile.
Yeah, you
Okay,
just
why
curve
am I-
into a
but-
cannonball. We could
But
throw
why
you
am
into
I
the
being
side of the
thrown?
ship.
What am I being thrown into?
No, you're
You're
not
not
being
being
thrown.
Nothing at the moment.
This is purely speculative.
Liam's just talking about his kinks.
Yes, I
Okay.
love watching very short men
I-
be thrown at
yeah.
high speeds.
That reminds me of when my
I
dad
have to
invited
go
me to
again in
go
like 2
with him
minutes 'cause
to
I'm just making some passion.
midget mud wrestling.
Oh
Wolf
my God,
crossing
that
is the
sounds-
thing.
That sounds fucking awesome.
That sounds amazing.
Welcome to Texas, bitches.
But yes, you hail down Game
Thanks,
Men.
when do I get my gun?
No.
As long as
You
you're
get it
over
at customs.
21, you can just go buy one at Walmart.
Woo! I'm mentally ill.
If
Yeah.
you don't put a gun through customs, then you immediately get flagged. And it's like, hey, wait,
Why are you here?
are
Take
you
this
really a
Glock.
Texan?
Yeehaw,
Uh,
as they say.
But yes, Game Man comes over
Yeah!
and he asks, "Hell, so you've all signed up then? Everything went through smoothly?"
Yes, we've fine. So one question I wanted to ask about the library you have. When will we
Yes.
get access?
Access is only for members of gold quality or higher. Generally, you have to order in your own books, and then pay the extra fees associated with that. So it's much more a privilege than it is just a library of abilities for you.
How long would it take to get to gold? Roughly.
I mean, it depends. Like, there have been people here that have been for a few months that haven't really gotten to gold. This is a relatively new society. We haven't really seen how much progress people can make yet.
So what would we need to do to get there?
I would say after a month's worth of work, maybe 10 contracts, you'd be able to make it to silver. But it really depends how much effort you're willing to put in. It's not up to me, it's up to higher-ups around your rank. But
you could put in a good word for us, though, right?
could.
If we do enough.
I'll put in the good word if you do the good work.
Can we take multiple contracts at once?
He
As
said
a-
two.
in
I
total.
As a
believe.
group, you can take
Oh.
2. As a single member, you can only take 1 at a time. If you progress up the ranks, you'll be able to take more. So at silver rank, you can take 3. Gold rank, you can take 4. But if it takes you more than 2 days to complete a contract, that will be available for other people again.
So do we? Since we've, I guess, assigned as a group, can we still go on for solo contracts, or will we have to sign up as a solo
Yeah,
party?
can I get a side gig?
You can sign up as a solo, but that comes with its own litany of different costs. And if you do it as a group, one of you can complete a contract on its own, and it will be associated throughout the group.
Oh, that sounds real handy.
Yes.
Not particularly, but yeah, okay. Thanks for the information.
How many ranks are there, Mr. Gay Man?
Well, it's Gaiman.
Yeah, Gay Man.
Gaiman.
That's what I said, ain't it?
Yes.
Bless his heart.
I'll be back again in 2 seconds.
As of
Come
now,
on.
we go all the way up to platinum, but there are always ranking reorders and such. Like I said, at the moment we're still in a sort of testing phase to see how well this will do.
All right, that sounds real fancy.
Now, would you like us to show you the contracts we have available? We've been taking in a lot of members recently, so there's actually not a huge amount of contracts available. I think we've got 3 up at the moment, but you're welcome to take 1 or 2, it depends. It's up to you what amount you want to choose.
Let's hear him. Let's give him a read.
Alright, he walks over with you to the contract wall, and you see about 12 different contracts lined up, but some of them are covered in silver, and some of them are by request only. They're just gold pieces of paper that you can't read properly.
So what request we got?
Alright, so looking at the basic contracts, if you only want to read the basic ones...
It's the only ones we
go
can
with
do,
that
isn't it?
Yes, you can read the silver ones, but you cannot take them yet.
Yeah, there's no point.
Yes.
I will only read the ones we can do.
I'm curious. Can I read the gold ones or the platinum ones?
You try to read the gold ones, and it looks like there's writing there, but it's all blurry, and you can't seem to make it out properly.
Can I try and read them?
You can make an investigation check. Or an arcana check.
Went so well last time.
There you go.
Okay, looking at the paper, Michael.
Yeah.
You know what you did.
What did I do?
You know what you did. Looking at the paper, you can't read any of the writing. You can tell that this seems to be censored, and that only people of gold rank or higher can actually read it, maybe through some sort of amulet, or magical, like, technology, or even just some sort of pass. But for now, you can't physically read it.
Oh, I really wanted to double dip.
So
Alright.
what do the silver ones say then?
The silver ones... Hold on,
We
I got
wouldn't be
these
able to read
written
those as well, I guess, wouldn't we?
No, we can. It's only the gold and platinum ones we can't read.
Make
Yes.
another investigation
Okay.
check.
What are you investigating?
To read the silver ones.
The silver ones are not censored, you can read them.
Okay, but I'm retarded.
Yeah.
We just established that.
Look, I'm
Uh,
eating pasta.
The silver contracts include hunting down a potential cult leader, recovering sporite, which is a material some of you may know if you wish to make a history check,
Yes, I
and cave delving for an artifact that people have rumored about.
Yes.
Okay.
Minus
So
the
what's the
very good.
brown ones?
What?
What are the bronze ones? What are the ones that we can actually take?
With the history checks that those two have made, you know that sporite is a material that mostly comes from Stutterug. There's a lot of legal iffiness about it at the moment, and some people are saying that it should be banned because even though it's an incredibly useful material for magic, morally obtaining it is a grey area and usually involves quite a bit of suffering that people do not morally agree with.
Diamonds.
Yes.
That sounds good.
Yes.
Also, I don't know why, but I thought you were going to say we had to hunt down potatoes.
No.
Okay. What are the bronze contracts?
Okay, the bronze contracts, and these are the contracts that are available to you. They include helping a scientist picking specific rare flowers a little bit to the southwest, which he needs for magical research. They include looking for a drug dealer at a nearby rave that is apparently selling a new set of narcotics that have not been tested
As
yet.
well as raves?
It's not a rave. It's more a what's that thing called? The music thing, like Glasgow.
A concert?
No, it's kind of like a concert. It's a concert where people play music and a lot of people do a lot of drugs.
Festival?
That's the one.
Who wants to go to
No, you're doing the same thing that I did. It's not Glasgow.
Glastonbury.
Glastonbury. Yes, it's Glastonbury.
That sounds like I'd have a fucking panic attack.
Yes.
What's the other one?
The final one is acquiring a local magical trinket from a magician. It appears that it's not very combat oriented. It's just apparently just stealing or acquiring
Oh, but
legally.
picking flowers is?
Who
Well-
knows? We fought bushes.
That's
True.
The thing about the flowers is that it takes place in a very rough area near forests where things like wild animals and bandits usually hang around.
How much do we get per each contract?
For the plant picking one, it's 25 gold pieces per plant and 100 gold pieces if the scientist picking the plants is happy with your work. For the rave, it's 50 gold pieces per drug bag and 100 gold pieces for the capture of the seller. And for the magical trinket, it's 250 gold pieces if you manage to acquire it.
That sounds
Overall?
Yes,
Or per person?
overall.
Okay.
Well, getting that trinket seems like it pays
I'd
my
agree.
mail.
Well, depends on the magicians. They can be a bit finicky with their things sometimes.
I will say
Well,
they all
we
have.
can't take two.
Yeah, you can take two. Of all the contracts, the rave and the plant picking seem to be relatively far away, at least 1 or 2 days journeys, and they appear to be in different areas. So if you wanted to do that, it could take up to 3 days. But the magician is relatively close to the city, maybe 15 minutes riding distance, or about like an hour if you're walking.
Is the magician in like the general? Is in like the same direction to any of the others? So like we could
Yes.
do that. Which
The magician is to the southwest. The plant picking is much further southwest, whereas the rave is just straight south.
And we don't have access to transport yet, so
We
we
don't
could
have
do
a
the...
horse.
We
Well,
have
we have
Comet.
a horse.
Yeah, but like we don't have a carriage or anything, so...
Could buy
But if
one.
we do the wizard one, if we can get a carriage with
That's what
the
I was
money we
thinking.
get from the horse.
Yeah.
When
Yeah, but
when
then we
you
still have to return, so it doesn't matter if they're the same direction.
Well,
Yeah.
Gaiman
Yeah.
pipes in and he says, when you take your first contract, we will give you 100 gold pieces coupon, which will be taken out of your payment if you wish to buy something along the lines of a cart.
Coupons!
How much was a cart
how much
again?
was the cart? Yeah.
I think it was 75 gold.
Is that the one that can carry us all?
Let me to Google real quick
I'll say to Gaben, is that 100 each or just as the group?
for the group. I'm afraid.
Okay.
Yes, cart for
Yeah, I don't think they'd be real popular with the business folk if they kept giving everybody coupons.
Google. Okay, so
Yeah.
100 gold is like nothing, though.
yes,
Yeah,
a
that's
wagon
what
is
I was thinking.
35 gold.
Oh,
That's not too bad.
And how much can that carry?
400 pounds.
Uh,
Whereas
just
a
a
carriage
reminder-
is 600 pounds and is 100 gold pieces.
isn't Biddy like
Biddy
200
alone
pounds?
weighs 220.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
say it.
I know where.
Well, your steps are also larger than the horse.
If you get a wagon, you will all be able to ride it, but the horse will go a lot slower.
So would it
Would
go
that-
faster
would
than
that
us traveling by foot?
It would still go faster than traveling by foot, but not by much. If you were to get a carriage, the horse would be able to go full speed. But
And how much is the carriage again?
100 gold pieces.
100.
I think we should go for the carriage.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
Blow all of our coupon on that.
We could use the coupon for the carriage, try and get the thing off the magician, and then make our way down to pick some flowers. And
We
then...
won't try. We will. We absolutely will.
So
Okay,
you're
and
definitely
then-
taking
I
the
like the
wizard's
flower picking one. That sounds like fun.
You're definitely taking the wizard's contract, but
And
the
the
choice
flower.
between the rave for selling the drugs or the picking the flowers, which one do you want to go for?
Well, the
I wanna
flowers
pick
went in the
some
same
flowers.
direction.
The what?
Flowers went the same direction, right?
They're all in the same direction. It's just a case of
Okay.
once you make it to the wizards, are you going right or are you going left?
We'll go to pick some flowers.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, picking flowers. We're gonna pick some flowers. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, would I know anything about the area the flowers in? Because I know you said it was dangerous. Or, like-
Well, no, not directly. Unless you were to buy a map and know exactly where you were going, or if you were to ask about the area, but you haven't been there specifically, so you wouldn't know.
I'll probably just say to Gaiman, so the flowers one, that seems rather simple. Has it got any big dangers
Well,
connected?
the thing is with these plants is that they're relatively untested, but they have always been useful as food, and food attracts predators, and it can mean people that are living rough out in the country, things like criminals or bandits or crazy people, would usually reside there and live off these plants. So it's just a little bit case of protection.
Gaiman, would you possibly have a map that we could use?
A map. I don't have a map of the local area, but I do have a map of the city. If you wanted to borrow that, it might help you find your way out if you got lost here.
That would be real helpful, Mr. Gayman.
Gaiman.
That's what I say, ain't it? I don't see how I'm saying it wrong.
Alright, he goes over to the counter and he basically motions at one of the women behind the counter and he passes you, all of you, your own individual map of the town.
Yay. Okay.
Lovely.
So is the wizard in the town or is it outside the town?
The wizard is about an hour's walk away from the town, 15 minutes ride by horseback if you're rushing. It's not that far. A few things to note with the wizard. A lot of people have taken this contract, but they've described him as kooky. You may need to
I've heard
have
it's just
a lot of
so-
patience to get through to him.
Oh, I got plenty of patience, Mr. Gayman.
I've heard that before. Just be patient with him and be smart. He's harmless.
Or
But-
forceful.
We would prefer not to
why?
hurt him. He is a respected member of the community, and we want to get through this with. You know.
We don't want to get fined.
So have you got any information about the trinket? What sort of
The
thing
trinket,
it is?
it's a ring. It's a magical ring that has been used to create fire. It was given to him a few years ago, but not given to. It was his wife's.
Oh, why do you want to take his wife's ring?
Well, she forged it with a material that at the time was not outlawed, sporite, you may have heard of it. But it has recently become illegal, and many of the objects that have been made with it have now been considered to be either too dangerous for public hands, or it can be a very valuable trinket to be stolen and can make people a target. So we want to try and get them back while we can.
So we have to steal it before someone steals it.
Well,
don't have
ideally, you
to
don't have to
steal
steal
it.
it. Like, if you could just get it from him in a peaceful way, that would also work.
Could you make him like a replica of it?
He could make a replica himself. He's a very fine magic maker.
Well, I
but
guess-
Probably the sentimental value of the ring.
That's
believe so,
true.
yeah.
Yep.
Huh. Well, would he be able to like come and like see it or something? Since I mean, it's his wife's ring. 'Cause I imagine she's no longer around.
Unfortunately, no, she died about 2 years ago.
I doubt he
Oh,
would be able to
poor
come see
feller.
it. It's a illegal ring now, technically, so
But
What if
it
we
was
gave him
his
something
wife.
else of his wife's?
it wouldn't really matter if it's his whoever it belongs to. It's illegal.
But where would we get something else of his wife's? Ain't she? We're not
Or she-
robbing a grave.
Oh, okay.
We are not robbing no graves.
I was gonna say like skulls are
and
really
it's-
great
Speak
mantelpieces.
for yourself.
There will be. This is no ands, if, or but. We are not robbing graves.
Yes,
That is
please
lowbrow.
do not rob any graves.
It's so boring.
Yeah.
Not boring, just legal.
It's not grave robbing, it's tomb raiding.
No, it's grave robbing. It is a grave.
Semantics.
No.
It's graves.
We're not
It's
robbing the
burial
dead man's
plundering.
wife's grave to get something out of there. That's just. I'm pretty sure he would no longer. That.
Just talk to him, see what he has to say, and inform him that if he cannot give us the ring, we may need to arrest him.
Yes.
Aw.
Thank you.
Alright.
So we'll take
Do we
the
have that
major-
authority?
We don't, but
I mean-
the local government do. We just want to try and reroute this before it gets to that point.
Fair enough.
All right, I'm down.
So are these
Yeah,
the two
so-
contracts you're taking?
flowers and
Yes,
the
sir.
The
mage,
ring.
yes.
And the magic man, the magic widow.
I am the magic. I mean, what?
Alright, so you take the two contracts, and
Yeah.
are you going to be heading out?
Yep.
Yep.
I'll probably say to them. So heading to the stables, picking up our horse. You said we had
Comet.
buying Comet. Okay.
Her
Picking
name
up
is Comet.
picking up a carriage, then heading off. Unless we want to check around and buy supplies.
I think we should
Might
get
want to
some
buy some
maps because I don't really know this area.
Yes, good idea. Hopefully there's.
We could use that coupon to get a carriage as well, so we could all.
How much gold, like personal gold, you've got between you? Because we might need rations.
Yeah,
maps.
we
I
should
got
probably buy
9
some
gold and
food.
some change.
I got
43
six-
gold.
I got 14 gold, 3 silver, and 6 copper.
I'm
I
surprised
also
that
got
we
about
have
5 rations. And a bit. I got 5 rations.
Because yeah, rations are a day, isn't it? A day's food.
Yeah.
Yes.
If we can live on ball bearings, then I'm good.
You cannot.
Dang it.
You are not a construct. You cannot do
So
that.
have we? So everyone's got rations.
I do not.
I
have
don't.
rations.
I've got 10.
I got
Well,
5.
We've got. I have 5
I
as
have
well.
nothing.
I think. Yeah.
So we should probably go get some maps, get some rations. I recommend jerky. It lasts a long time and it's got that good protein.
Yeah. There should be a supply store somewhere in town we can look for. Let's head off.
Well, I've got plenty of rations. I could just head to the stable, get Comet, and get a carriage. If
Oh,
I can
that
grab the
sounds
coupon.
good.
Yeah.
We might
I'll-
want to buy
do that.
some food for Kermit too.
Oh, I've got some.
Don't they
We bought
sell
some
that
last
there?
session.
Yeah, we did.
Some
We
before.
brought some last session. No worries.
Yep.
We got
We
our
got some.
horse covered.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So
We
I'll
go and
hand
take good care of this horse.
Grog the 100 gold we got from
It's
our
it's cool.
coupon.
Or the
That's
coupon.
fine.
I'll hand Gorg the 100 gold and be like, so you buy the carriage, see if you can drop the price a little.
I'll
if
try.
you'll Be able to.
I'll try my best.
And we'll meet
We
up
didn't
once we
get
got
100
supplies.
gold. We got a coupon for 100 gold.
Yeah, I know. Same thing.
Isn't
Oh,
it
yeah,
more
do
like
I
a
have to,
check,
like-
technically?
Do I need to cash it in or something? Is it valid everywhere? Can I read the coupon?
It's valid anywhere in the city for things that are not considered
Like luxury goods.
yes, luxury goods or cosmetic goods. So
Alright,
things like
so-
battle supplies or carriages for your horse or travel, that sort of
I
thing.
think that's technically a voucher, not a coupon.
No, vouchers reduce the price, coupons give you shit for free.
It's
I think
fake
it's the
money.
other way
it'll
around.
do.
Absolute other way around.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm wrong.
vouchers are free money, coupons are less price.
I work in retail. I know this shit.
I don't. Alright. So
Well,
what,
you
I do
also
know a guy.
you're only on the fryer.
yeah. So
I'm
what,
a cashier.
what are you guys doing? You splitting up?
Yeah, I'll head to
Yeah.
the stable with the coupon.
I need to get some food.
I need some.
Yeah. I think
We
I
need to
did.
get
I
maps,
swear I
too.
started with flesh.
There's supply shops down south of the guild. It's like southwest.
Can we visit the magical alleyways again?
Might get another horse.
No.
Your-
Yeah, so we'll head off to the
I
supply
wish
store
you
then,
the
I
very
guess.
best of
and-
luck and be careful.
Can I
What?
just give the map a quick skim so I don't get lost?
You've got a
you
map
have your own.
each.
Oh, okay, cool.
He handed you
Cool,
like
cool.
5. They're simple paper copies. They're not exactly posh, but
They work.
yeah.
All right,
All right,
let's
we're off then.
go.
All right, so
Also,
who-
on just our way down to there, I would try leading them past the posh market, as it's been labelled, just to see if there's any interesting shops. Just
it mostly looks to be
like,
cosmetic
down that
goods.
way.
Things like very posh
Ah.
restaurants, dressmaking businesses,
Nah,
comic book
never mind.
store.
Is there any high class grocery store? I guess is the whatever you want to call it, merchant.
It looks like there's a place where they get some imports, but most of the stuff looks either like it wouldn't be of interest to you, or it'd be too expensive, or it wouldn't be covered by the coupon.
And
I'm
magic
not bringing the
market.
coupon. I'm looking for food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our food should be in the supply shops down
Are you
southwest.
are you looking for something to eat now, or are you looking for a place that sells rations?
Rations.
Rations.
Yeah.
You're looking for the bougie fit rations. Oh my god.
That's who I am as a person.
Does the supply shop also sell the maps?
Rich people don't. Yeah, supply. I imagine supply shops
I agree.
Same.
supply shops sell supplies like that. So I'm going to hazard a guess that yes.
Yeah, you don't really find any dedicated like survival shops, places that will sell maps for local areas or anything like that. But you do find a general store, if you want to have a look in there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
We're
Oh,
going to look in the survivals.
hello.
General store.
Hi.
So-
We've just joined up with the guild and we're heading out somewhere. We'd like to standard ration and supplies if you've got a map.
Oh, yeah, we sell maps. Oh, you've joined the guild. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Celebrate with a bottle of wine.
No, thank you. We're about to go out on a job.
We're the
Unless you're
bitch
giving it
fits.
for free. Misfits. Unless you're handing
Right.
the wine over for free, then no.
No.
No, don't. He's a business. Leave the poor businessman alone.
Maybe you can
How much
celebrate
is
when you
it?
get back. What, the bottle of wine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 gold piece.
Oh, I'd like one.
He,
That's really cheap wine. Oh wait, no. It's
It
not.
is.
bearing in mind an ale is like 2 silver pieces.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
That's some
Um,
bougie
Remember,
wine.
y'all, no drinking on the job.
All right, fine.
He take a gold out of your inventory and add a bottle of wine.
No, if we're not getting any, I'm not getting it. If we're not drinking on the trip.
Oh.
Well, you can just keep it in your bag. We'll get it when we come back,
you
sir.
could
Don't
just
worry.
moderate. And not
Don't
drink
worry.
it now.
We'll get it back for a celebration when we are successful in our job.
If we are, anyway.
So,
Don't be
No,
such a
it's-
Debbie Downer.
Well, lots of people have gone to this mage person and lots have failed, it seems, so.
Well, we just gotta be kind and patient with them.
Have you seen some of our party?
I'm just picking my
Oh yeah,
nose.
I look at the one that's not there because you went to the stables, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I'm gone.
he
I split
trailed
off.
he trailed off for a while, but then he got bored
Yeah.
and he was like horse.
Yeah. How much would a world map be?
Do you want a map of the town or do you want a map of the local areas?
The local areas, please.
Local areas will cost you 5 copper pieces.
Well,
I got 6.
I
I'll
look
pay
at
for it.
I look at the pie. Shall we get one each or just one for the group?
We can share,
I'll
can't
have
we?
one each.
All right.
I
No.
think
Can't
one
just
each,
get
just
multiple. Like you
Hmm?
can have a personal copy for those that want it, and then one for the group.
It's probably good we have one each.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get one for myself, but I think we should also just have a group one. You never know what might happen.
Yes, that's true.
So 4
s-
maps.
Yep.
Okay.
Guess we're buying separately. So
All of you take away 5 copper and add a map of the local area to your inventory.
And then we have a map of the city too,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, you do.
I'm not
the
there,
the
so I'll
copy
be
of
sharing.
the copy of the
Oh.
map looks a lot. The map of the local areas, like the forest and stuff, looks like it's made from a lot finer paper, and like it's a lot more well made and crafted. Like it's got color, and it looks like it wouldn't tear apart if you were to read it in the rain. But you know that the copy of the town map is probably handed out to a lot of people, so it's
Yeah.
not nearly as high quality.
Yeah.
So what does the local area look like?
I have not made a map of the local area. That I did not expect you to buy that map. But it shows you.
Gotta use their imagination so far.
It shows you basically the area up to where your contract for the flower picking is. It shows you where forests are, main roads, trader routes, that sort of thing.
Okay.
This is pretty handy.
Mm.
This will help.
Sorry?
Go on.
Yeah, I'll just say to Vi, like, this will help. We should probably stick to the main roads mostly, especially because of Comet, did you say?
Mhm.
Yes, and then we can just tail off when we need to into forests for flowers.
Gotta be careful when we go farther out, because as you get farther away from civilization, you're more likely to get ambushed on roads because of bandits and stuff.
Yes, I know. I've done a fair bit of traveling.
What were you going to
Not
say,
very good.
Michael?
How much are the rations?
Rations are. It depends if you want to go for. If you go for 1, it's about 3 copper per ration. If you go for 10, it's going to be about 2 silver.
Can I take 10, please?
Sure. He hands you basically a few tins. He lets you pick out what sort of flavors you want. It's a mixture of tinned vegetables, tinned fruits, and tinned meats. And he lets you pick it out, and then you get 10 cans to yourself. That
Yeah,
allows you
I'll buy
10.
10 as well.
Yeah.
Same.
Everyone who's buying rations, take away 2 silver.
Yeah, 10 rations?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get some too, might as well.
So I'll say to the merchant, what other stuff do you sell for general traveling?
Oh, traveling. This is more of
Yeah.
a general store. We don't really get too many traders out here. But we have things like food, water, survival gear. We've got oil. We've got lamps.
Ah, fuck, that's a good one. Water skins?
Water skins. We sell water skins.
Yeah,
They're
just
more
realised I do not
flasks
have-
because we prefer a more manufactured sort of look here. But yeah, you can buy a flask if you want.
Yeah, because I
Think
just
if we
realised
find-
I do not have any sort of water on me.
How?
I don't
Probably
think
be
I have
useful.
you back,
I
think.
don't know. Apparently, I just don't start with any rations or water skins.
Oh, I
so-
have 5 water skins. No mind.
I don't. start
How
with
do you
any.
have 5?
I don't know.
Why
I
do
think
you
it
have
was part
5?
of my. I don't know. It was here when I got it.
Are you sure that's not weight?
That's probably weight.
Oh yeah, it is. No mind. I only have 1.
Yeah.
I was very confused for a second.
Yes.
How much for a water skin then? And I'll take like a lantern if you can hold them on like a belt if you've got those.
We don't have any of those. These are all hand lanterns, so you'd have to carry them manually.
You got any that could go like on a cart?
I mean, suppose if you were to attach it with rope, you could probably.
I'm a handyman, just to throw that out there, so I might be able to.
Yeah, would we know that though?
No.
That's a
No,
good point.
you've just seen him hit things with an axe and then steal a horse. As far as you're concerned, he's a cowboy, but without a gun.
With the
Cowboys are
lantern,
pretty handy.
with the lantern, is it like can you put like a cover over it to dim the light, or is it just?
You
a
can
full
turn it
lantern?
on and off with a dimmer
If it's
switch.
an oil lamp, that yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take a water skin bottle, whatever, and a lantern.
Okay, water skin is 2 silver pieces.
I'll take one of those.
And
Okay, make sure you take that away from your inventory as well, Mikkel.
Yeah.
And a lantern costs 5 gold pieces.
ooh,
Yes. It comes with a flask of oil as a good luck. Well,
yeah, you know, I'll take one.
Okay.
I think it'll be useful.
And it weighs 2 pounds.
And so I guess the flask of oil is just essentially an extra recharge of it. So I guess the lantern is already full.
Yes.
Or yeah.
Yes. Each task of oil makes it light for 6 hours.
Okay, nice.
I have 2 flasks of oil for backup.
Yes.
That will be handy. Okay, yeah, that's all I'll be buying. I'll be like, well, I'm done here. I'll head to the stables unless you want to buy anything else.
I mean, I'd like to
What
go
else
buy
does
some
this guy
arrows.
have?
Pardon?
Yeah.
What?
Who are you saying who to?
What did any
Just
of you
like-
say?
I would just say to the group, I'm heading to the stables. Buy whatever else you need, because I've got everything I need.
I'll hit up a weapon shop. I need arrows.
I want to see what else is in the general store.
General store, like I said, it mostly doesn't have stuff for traveling. It sells things like hair tonics, fruit, vegetables, some horse care things, but mostly just carrots.
Okay.
Right.
Well, I'll go with Riley to the weapons shop then, I guess.
Yes.
Thinking about it now, would there be anywhere near here that sells like manacles, shackles, sort of things?
Manacles and shackles, not as far as you're
Kinky.
aware. Yes, very kinky. Not as
It
far as you're
gets
aware.
worse with what I'm planning to do, but don't worry.
I don't like this.
like that.
Well, I have command, so.
I don't.
Ugh.
But no, is there anywhere? Is there nowhere I
Are you
would know
stealing
of?
my dominatrix tiefling fucking idea?
No,
I swear
no,
to Christ.
I'm thinking of.
I'm
if
into this.
I can easily command someone to not attack us, then manacle them to not deal with them.
Fair. As far as you know, there wouldn't really be a place with manacles. You could go to a guard's post and see if you could steal some.
So yeah, so nowhere would really sell them then.
Not as far as you're aware, no.
With the prison and security will.
Oh
is,
no.
No,
We're not-
I'm not thinking of stealing because I have my dex is fucking poor.
Would you like some help?
No, I'm fine.
Oh.
Don't really want to steal from this place anyway, considering it might be a place we're here for a while, thanks to the guild. So probably best not to break in anywhere. I just
Stealing ain't
like
good to
a
you in the
wink.
first place.
Yeah. Yeah.
True.
No, if there's nowhere, I'll probably just I'll head with them to the weapon store. Might as well.
All right. Walking over, it's not long before you see another general supplies, but this one seems to be more for the budding, starting up adventurer, located very close to the Magic Guild. Looking into the store, you see things like handcrafted axes, swords, bows, that sort of thing. It appears to be very cheaply made, but functional. Do you
I just
go
need
inside?
arrows.
Yeah, we're gonna go in. I'm gonna go inside.
Alright. You walk inside, and there appears to be this big, tough, strong, burly man just hitting a sword on his iron anvil. Do you walk up to him, or do you ask?
I walk right up to him. Howdy, mister.
Hey, were you looking to buy some gear?
Yes, sir. What you got?
Or anything you can need. We got armor. We got hammers. What are you looking for?
Check yourself or deal some damage.
God damn it.
I was waiting for that. I was waiting for Liam to say it. I was
How
kind of
fucking
Just
dare
waiting for the
you.
moment.
I don't get the reference.
Skyrim.
Oh,
You're so out of touch.
yeah.
Damn it, Liam.
It just makes my
No
universe
Pokemon
more.
in Skyrim.
It just makes my universe less copyright infringy.
Bless you.
Your soul.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you. I have dad diseases. I apologize.
I don't know what to reply to that, so I'm just going to move on. But yeah, what do you say to him that you're looking for?
Well, I got a friend here who's looking for arrows. I'm just gonna mosey on and look around, see if you got anything I can use.
Alright. Arrows are 1 gold piece for 20.
Sure.
Alright. How many do you want?
I mean, ideally I'd like 25, but I'll go with 20.
Alright.
You posh motherfucker.
He,
How much you say? 1 gold piece?
1 gold piece for 20.
Okay.
There like any clubs or like axes or like light armor?
Light armor. It doesn't appear to be selling much armor. The armor he does sell just appears to be simple leather armor.
I'm sure I already have. So.
Yeah.
Um.
And the hammers and stuff, they look like they've been... Why have you...
I was just hoping to see if it would show me what counts as simple weapons, and it does not.
Yeah, things like hammers, axes, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any simple weapons I could use.
You see a few hammers. You see what appears to be a shillelagh. You see a few swords, long swords, short swords, rapiers. It appears like he's just. Sorry.
Anything that would do more damage than my club or my dagger.
Hold on. I don't think so. Like, unless you wanted to buy a very large axe, but then you wouldn't be able to use your
Bagpipes.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I'll walk up to the merchant as well and just say, do you have any sort of bows? How much would it cost for just a standard short bow and some arrows?
So short bow and arrows are over there on the wall, and he points over to what just appears to be simple weapons. Short bow would set you back about 25 gold pieces.
How about? Do you reckon you could drop it down to 15, and I could take a short bow and 20 arrows?
I have a short bow you can borrow.
Oh, you have a spare one.
I do.
Oh.
Well, I have a short bow and a crossbow. You can borrow one of them.
Crossbow's not really my thing. If you don't mind, I'll take your short bow.
Of course.
Thank you.
Alright, you've got a short bow in your inventory now. Does
I do.
1d6 piercing damage, and it weighs 2 pounds.
Yeah, I can just drag it in from the compendium.
Oh, that's a thing.
Yeah.
You can do that?
There's a thing.
Yep.
There's a thing
How?
for that.
How?
What? Where? I've been looking up all this shit manually.
You know, on where there's the roles and your character sheets and that, the eye should be. You can just search for stuff. I don't know if it's because I bought shit on this website. Might be.
The eye.
Yeah, there's a little eye.
Where?
You know, you have the chat journal compendium.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh!
Oh.
Oh my god!
Shit, sweet.
Jesus, I never clicked on that before because I thought it was tutorial shit.
Nope, it's everything.
Oh, lovely.
You're welcome.
Nice.
Oh, this is gonna save me so much time.
Then I'll just say to the dude, I'll take 20 arrows as well then.
Gold piece.
Yeah, but I flick him a gold.
He catches it, takes a bite, makes sure it's real before putting it away.
20 arrows. How much do arrows weigh?
2 pounds, I think, for 20 gold pieces worth. I mean, for 1 gold pieces worth. Sorry.
Yeah, now the compendium's really useful because you can just drag spells and everything in if you find it.
I wish I
God,
had known this
fucking
years
bless.
ago. Does anyone look for anything else, or are you all set here?
I'm pretty set since there's nothing that would do more damage than what I already have.
Yeah. So, if you're all done, do you move to the stables?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Alright. You'll move to the stables, and you eventually meet up with Gorg, who's managed to get Comet free and is just leading him through on a leash. Gorg, have you managed to buy a cart yet?
Do they not sell them at the stables?
They do, but have you gone yet, or did you spend like 10 minutes just brushing and...
Did I get lost, or did I get there straight away?
You have a map. You have a map.
Yeah, but also I've never been in a city before, so...
You don't get lost.
might.
Like, following the map, you've read maps before. You're an architect, you're pretty good at
God.
it.
Okay.
I'm just checking this out. Yeah, okay.
If I
This is the same guy who didn't know what an alleyway was, right?
yeah,
Yeah. But
I guess I'm better with like on paper rather than like in real life. So
he's
if I have a
worked with
map,
like farming villages and logging villages and stuff. Never real
This-
proper cities.
Okay, fair enough. You get a pass.
then- Good DM, Pat. Yeah. If I had the opportunity to get stable, then yeah, I would have absolutely done that.
You mean a carriage?
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you
Yes.
managed to pick one up. You use your entire coupon. The man helps you set it up, attaching it to the horse. The horse seems relatively pissed off that it has to wear this thing, but it seems compliant for now.
Can I pat it and feed it some? Wait, was it being fed while it was in the stables?
No, but you fed it before you put it in. It only needs like a feeding once a day.
Cool.
Do you
Doesn't mean
it,
it can't get a snack.
it does.
Can
Oh,
we
Can I
have
We
use
should have
my-
bought some
sausage?
apples. We should have bought some apples for it.
I said we
Sorry.
should buy carrots.
You have
Then
horses.
you should have
He's got some
brought
feed, it's fine.
carrots.
We
Do you-
can still buy
No
carrots.
one listens to me.
We can still go buy carrots.
I think we should go buy some carrots.
Oh, for the horse, that's good thinking of you. Then,
Mikolash really
guess-
doesn't like that horse, does he?
I just don't care for it as much as everyone else does.
Well,
Can I use
I
my
put in a lot
animal
of effort to
handling
get
to
that.
see like how he's doing?
she.
She.
Sure, animal handling check with disadvantage.
Sweet.
Uh-uh.
So, okay.
So roll again.
Oh wait, did you say disadvantage or advantage?
Yes.
Which disadvantage?
Yes.
Cool. I'm gonna do that. Bam.
Still
And a
sick.
save.
We
Oh,
always
well.
take if you roll wrong, we take the left one, because you already rolled once. So you roll 6.
Oh sweet.
So you try and you get a little bit of horse feed and you try and comb through its hair while feeding it, and it bites your hand.
Okay.
Oh,
Take a d4 damage.
Oh boy. How do I do that?
Just roll a d4. The little dice is in the top left.
Oh god.
Can you just say like roll d4?
Oh okay.
Yeah, you
D4.
Yeah. You take 1
Could you
damage.
just, like, just-
Make a strength check to try and free your hand.
What is it like
Boom.
collapsed?
Strength save 10.
Let go.
You
Let go.
you get really angry and you feel what almost feels like your bones being crushed before you manage to sort of yank your hand away after pushing the horse on the nose.
suggestion to the party. I think we should get a first aid kit before we head out.
Yeah, you
Ah,
manage to pull your hand free and you do a little dance of anger and pain. You turn around, the party's just looking at you, talking about picking up a first aid kit.
man, it's all right. I got this. I'm gonna
It's only a
here.
scratch. It was only 1 hit point. I'll be fine.
Just spot a scratch.
If it was the party wizard, he would be 25% dead.
Ouch! 4 hit points.
I'm a strong
no,
boy.
I can't do maths.
Okay. I
All
was
right.
about to say 4. Ouch.
I mean,
I
to
have
be fair,
14,
it was a
so-
D4. If you'd have rolled a 4, that would have been half his health.
Same with me. I'm not the healthiest, but it's fine.
Biddy, did you say
No,
you were
no,
going to
we
try
are-
and do something with the horse?
No, I was gonna since he's only a little bit hurt, I'm not gonna do it. But
Okay.
I was gonna do
Cure wounds.
cure wounds.
God.
I mean, it worked on the bush.
Shut the
Amazing.
me Harry.
You shush. You
Forgot
shush
about that.
right now.
I'm glad I'm
Sorry.
reminded of that.
Listen,
Um,
when single mums don't have any kids to take care of, they got to tend to their gardens.
God.
Alright.
Anyway, I am going to try and just kind of pat the horse. So
Animal handling with disadvantage.
God.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna do strength check for a second. Just pet the horse.
Don't punch the horse.
No, we're not punching the horse.
Well, I mean, with a 3 roll, yeah, you are.
You might as well have been.
Yeah. You go to stroke the horse's neck and it just snaps at you before huffing.
Okay, so comment here don't want to be. Alrighty.
Starting to see why this guy didn't want to keep this horse.
Does anyone have animal handling above 1?
I don't think so.
I have a 2 in it. But I don't care for the horse, so I'm not going to touch it.
Fair enough.
And it's nearly bit 2 people. Well, it's bit 1 person. and
Well, you
nearly
don't know
bit
how
one
many people
person.
it bit before you acquired it.
Yeah,
She's
but
just
I've
a
seen
little
it nearly bit 2
testy.
people.
She just
That's why
needs
we
to
need
get
to buy
used-
carrots.
We just
Yeah.
need. She just needs to get used to us. It's all right.
Alright, so do you all climb into the car, or is there anything else any of you want to do while you're in the city?
Carrots.
Carrot.
We need
Yeah.
carrots and a
Oh.
first aid
Oh.
kit.
Also, I'm going to hand a local area map to Gorg.
Gorg.
There we go. I'll get the name eventually. Yeah, I'll hand a map over to Gorg and be like,
Ah,
I
sweet.
bought this for you as well.
It feels
It
so
did cost-
fine and fancy.
Yes, it's a map.
And rub it on my face.
I give him a weird look, and I'm just like, well,
Sorry, it's
That's-
just been a while since I've seen text like this.
You
Reminds
really
me of
like
my-
books, don't you?
Okay.
Reminds me of my university days. I just look off in the distance and
I just give him a small nod. Just
Don't
carry
bother
on.
him. He's having a flashback.
oh, he flashback.
Yeah, you're so deep in a flashback, you remember someone else's life, and then you come back and you're really confused.
I've come back from the flashback and everyone's gone.
Yeah, we've gone off to buy carrots.
A week has passed. They're now gold in the guild, and they're just like, "Oh, you're still there."
I'm skull and
We're
bone
gold
because I
level.
starved to death.
Fine.
All right, but yeah,
So will
Alright,
these
let's go get some-
stables have carrots?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
good idea.
yeah. These stables appear to have a small market stall nearby. Just some woman selling a few extra pieces of food that the farms have made. They sell things like apples, carrots, wild carrots.
Yeah, I'll
Can I
nod
get just
over
a
there.
bag of mixed fruits and vegetables for it?
I would say for about like 5 days rations for the horse of expensive fruits and stuff, vegetables, probably cost about 5 silver pieces.
Are we gonna split it?
Like how no one,
I'm
no one
not
offered.
going to buy it for
Ah.
it.
I'll do it.
I got like
I'll
love
do
it.
it.
I'll
So
split
if
it.
anyone wants to split it,
Yeah.
I got 1 silver piece. I'll put it in.
no, you don't have to.
No, that's all right.
So, with 3 people splitting it?
So
Yep.
So-
Biddy take away a silver, Gorg and Urieli split 2 silver.
Okay.
All right.
And who's going to get to keep hold of these? I assume Gorg, because it's his horse, kind of. Like it's the party's horse, but he's the one that's taking the most care of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So make sure to add that to your inventory.
Oh yeah. What did I call it? Fancy animal feed.
5 days worth of animal feed,
Sweet.
or 1 day
Okay.
animal feed times 5 or whatever.
I've already got
Mixed fruit
4,
and
so
veg.
now I have 9. Right.
Nice.
Sweet. 9 days worth of animal feed.
Yes.
Nice.
Some
Maybe
of
you'll
which
have
is
them.
posh, some of which is generic feed.
All right.
All right. Cool.
Well,
D-
now we need a first aid kit before we head out. Maybe a doctor's office.
Should,
First aid kit, you probably be able to buy it in a market somewhere. It's not exactly like rare to find. You can find emergency med kits in a lot of places.
yeah, we probably should. As I nod over to our dwarf friend and just be like, especially if that horse kicks one of them, God forbid.
He'll be fine. He's just a bit grumpy. I tried
Oh
to pat him, but
yeah.
he's too short.
Besides, if any of y'all get real hurt, I know a few tricks.
Well, that will come in handy. I still think the med pack will be useful.
It's a good idea.
Yes, I agree. We should go get one.
All right. You have a quick look around town. A couple of you stay with the horse while you just have a look, and soon enough you find a street vendor. They appear to be selling a mixture of actual medicinal items and spiritual healing items, but among them appears to be a simple healer's kit bound with leather and that contains things like splints and bandages and stuff like that.
I'd like to buy one.
Okay, it costs 5 gold pieces.
Jesus Christ!
Oh my.
And it weighs 3 pounds.
How much? How long does it last?
It has 10 uses, and what it
Alright,
does,
fair enough.
if someone is on the floor after taking all the damage from combat,
How much did you say it weighed? 3?
3 pounds,
Odd.
yeah. It basically heals them up to 1 HP. So they don't die immediately, and you don't need to waste a spell slot or make a wisdom check.
And it was 5 gold.
Yes.
Yeah, I see. I'll probably walk around like with it. And I see how much it is, and I'll be like, I can throw in 2 gold if you want.
If you'd like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
So 3 gold away from Urieli,
Yes.
Urieli, sorry, and 2 gold away from
See,
Mikolash.
now I have a round total of 20 gold. I'm fine with
I have
that.
40. It's fine.
What? Hell.
Things that people have not realised about the party. One of you is rich.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that when she said what 40 like earlier on. I was like, wow. I have 9
I've
and some
spent a
change.
bit now. I think I started off with like 48.
I've got
Oof.
18.
Poverty.
No, I think I started off with 50 to begin with. And spent
Wow.
a bit now.
Oh, that's noble bullshit, isn't it?
Yeah.
The sad part about being a DM is I can't brag about how little my player character has money-wise. I'm always poor.
I feel poor right now.
Yeah. You have the most gold of the party. You have more
Doesn't
gold.
mean I don't feel poor.
You have more gold, I'm pretty sure, than the rest of the party combined.
Essence.
I got 14 gold.
Nah, not quite. I've got 18.
Uh-huh.
All right.
You still got
I
twice
mean, I
as
don't
much
feel
gold.
above you all. I'm just better than you.
You are a drow. You're
Technically,
exclusively
you are
worse.
above me. But-
You're a drow. You're
Yeah.
better than all of us.
But I have more
In
money,
most
so
of
I
the time.
bought my way to being worth
Alright. Once you bought a
All
healer's
I've bought
kit,
is food and a horse.
more.
I mean, you got your priorities down.
That's very true.
Is there anything else anyone wants to buy or look for, or are you just going to zoom off?
No, not if there's no manacles. I can't buy.
There are no manacles you can buy.
There's no
I
BDSM
really
kits.
don't like that you want to buy that. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Why?
As a character, it concerns me.
Sorry that I want to not get us killed, and if we need to capture people, it's going to be useful to have. Especially because one of the contracts was capturing a drug leader.
I mean, I have rope.
You have rope. Oh, thank
Yeah,
you.
rope works as well, but rope is also not as secure as something like manacles.
Depends how much you have.
How
Yeah.
good you
How much
are
I
with
have.
knots.
Just go full sushi roll.
Excuse me?
Alright.
I prefer leather rather than ropes.
I am not getting involved in that conversation at all. But
No, I'm definitely into rope.
I hate this.
Do I have
I mean-
No, you don't.
If you've got the money, handcuffs. But
No, especially not
Can
like
we
those
get
fetish
going? I want to
handcuffs.
go on an adventure, damn it.
We're discussing our sexualities here.
I do that all the time with Leo. Why do I want to keep doing it now?
Okay, look,
Because we can do it as a group.
we've got MILFs, gingers,
We are
lollies,
bonding.
and furries. Okay, we're all set. Now,
Excuse me? What?
What?
We have what in furries?
MILF, lollies, bondage, gingers, and furries.
Well, you
Which
put
one was
lollies
just a
in your
lolly?
mouth.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
assume it's either Aaron or Michael, probably both.
What?
About what?
Anyway, moving swiftly
no,
on.
no, no,
I will agree if it's true. I mean,
Oh, I hate that.
in my
Alright,
mouth.
I don't
Mm.
even know what you said.
I want to
Something
keep it
about
that way.
lollies.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm the
No,
redhead.
yeah.
That's fine.
Alright,
Fine.
so you've got your first aid kit, which can be used to stabilize people that have fallen gravely in combat, and then you head to your cart. You start your journey with your contracts in hand, and you start riding out of the city. As you ride out the city, Gorg, you see a few more trees, which starts to bring a little bit peace to you. They are very far in a distance from what you're used to, but you know that they exist in this land, so that's a comfort.
Thank Christ for that.
You also see a few animals that some of you may have seen on your way into the city, but none of you have really seen outside of this area. They appear to be sheep, but instead of having wool covering their bodies, they appear to have like a sort of yellowish gel substance.
That's
Ugh.
gross. That's disgusting. What the fuck are they?
They're
Make a
ginger,
nature
like
check.
me.
I would like to as well.
Yes,
I'm a dumb bitch.
you are. And also, you make bad rolls.
That's
Nah.
not necessarily my fault.
Also, why have you named your character Spink Stealer?
Yeah, I noticed that earlier.
Yeah.
That's fine. Oh,
That's
I can't
not.
spell.
That's a silly.
You steal
I
spink.
can't spell. I'm American.
That's a good point.
Alright,
They cannot spell.
so Rogthorn and Biddy, you've never seen this animal before. You just assume that all of these
Oh, wait,
are
I can
sheep
roll.
that are diseased in some way. Mikalash, you assume that these are just a type of animal you've not seen before, but you can't really identify them.
Just like another species, or yeah.
Yeah.
I don't suppose I could use a history check. I'm better at that.
No, because
Damn it.
these are not historical animals. They are animals.
Every animal is historical, Liam.
See,
Not
see,
true.
I had +3 on the fucking nature check and I still got a fucking 6.
Yeah, your garbage rolls are garbage, Michael.
Yeah.
If you want, bear in mind, George, you could still roll a natural 20,
Yeah.
or you could
but
roll a natural 1. Either way, it's gonna be great.
Welcome to D&D.
Yes. That one.
Where the points don't matter and everything is questionable.
Or you can abstain for the roll if you just do not care.
I just leave.
Yeah, you just sort of walk off the cart.
I walk off the board.
Do you want to make a roll or not?
Fuck it. Yeah. What, nature roll?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bam.
Yes! Yes.
My eyes explode.
These are the most malformed cats you have ever seen. Like
It's Garfield.
you don't know what sort of goop they are leaking, but you hope that they are milked soon because this is unhealthy. You don't know what cats are either. You're Riley. You've seen a few of these from your very posh, high-level house, looking down at distant farmlands. You know that these are almost like sheep, except instead of creating wool, they excrete fat, which sort of builds up around them.
Delicious.
Yes, it not only does it make it harder for them to be caught, considering it's so greasy and it acts as like a sort of gel. They can't be picked up by giant eagles. They can't really be bitten by animals because there's so much fat around them. But it also acts as a sort of makeshift warmth for them. And you know that they are often shaved over here, and that's why things like a lot of stuff fried in fat and fat shavings are sort of more popular foods around these parts.
Lovely.
Yes.
I do no longer want pork rinds.
It's a very easy way to get fat from an animal without actually having to kill the animal. So if you're one of those freaky druid types that likes
Just
animals,
what I always wanted.
it's an ideal food. Alright,
Incredible.
yes. So you ride for about 15 minutes. The horse still seems relatively pissed off, but it now seems free that it's actually moving somewhere and it's getting to ride. And soon enough, you look at the map and you see the area that appears to be marked. There are no buildings around apart from one, which appears to be a sort of windmill. What do you do? Do you approach it? What do you do?
Is that the building that's marked?
You assume so. You assume this could be where the wizard lives.
Well,
it appears
How
to be.
close to it are we?
It's about a quarter mile away. You're riding pretty close to it. It's very easy to see because it's at least 6 floors tall, and it's got blue tiles at the top with a white sort of wall.
going to roll investigation to see if it looks like a wizard windmill. Shit.
An investigation of 7. From most of the magic you've seen, considering you've never really been around magic, all you've really seen in terms of magic buildings has been the Magic Guild and the Magic University, which have both been massive buildings with extremely posh decor that have been meant to reflect like a sort of lavish lifestyle and an increase in profits. This is just a windmill. You don't know if the guy here prefers a more rustic personality or if this is the wrong building.
Can we go a bit closer so I can detect magic on?
Before
You have to
we
be pretty much on top of the property to use detect magic.
I know.
Yeah, before we keep moving, and just while we're there, I just want to make a general just perception, just so we're not going to be, stabbed in the forest.
That's what passive perception is for. If an
Yeah,
enemy,
no, but I want to go out of my way and look.
okay, having just a look around. This doesn't have to be a perception check. You see basically fields all around you. You see a little bit of forested area off to the north, but it's relatively far away, and you know that no one would really be able to sneak up to you. Plus, you are so close to the city that if you were attacked, you could be back there in an hour. So you know bandits probably wouldn't be operating in this area because of how dangerous it would be.
No, don't worry. I'll just say to the group then, it's well, we're close. Let's keep heading towards it.
Yes.
I assume that's the building.
All right.
So yeah.
You ride.
I don't know. Like all the other magic buildings we've seen are like real fancy.
Yeah,
It
bushy.
seems like kind of like
They're in a
like-
they're in a city. The other buildings. This is probably its only building, and he's on his own, I guess, since his wife's dead.
I was kind of under the impression that just magic people tend to be real fancy. I really don't know much about magic.
I just wave as one of myself. I'm like, I do magic myself, and I just gesture towards me. I'm not exactly what you would call fancy.
You
I'm
say
fancy
that
and I'm not magical.
you say that people that use magic look incredibly fancy, and you just look over at Rogtharn, who's just got crossed eyes and pajamas on.
I'm not magic or fancy.
Well, I mean, I guess I don't really have a good concept of fancy.
I'm just sucking my finger that
Yeah,
hurts.
I just say jokingly, like, well, we have someone who's definitely somewhat fancy in this party, so.
Are you implying anything?
I straighten out my back and lift my head in pride.
You are operating the horse, I should mention. Everyone else is in the back, and you're just overhearing the conversation.
Yeah, well, I'll just say, well, you're definitely more noble than the rest of us, given your mannerisms and everything. Nothing against you, of course.
Thank you.
I think it's real neat.
It is neat, isn't it?
Yes, and you're noble. Well, I suppose you have a noble heritage, and it could be useful somewhen. So
I mean, I got the horse cheaper.
exactly, always comes in handy. So yeah,
You,
How about we just go look at this building?
well,
can
I'm
always
guessing
leave
we're
again.
making our way on. We're still moving. We're just
you are
chatting.
making your way downtown. You're riding pretty fast.
Walking fast.
This
Oh.
has-
Wow.
Did it-
It's amazing
Anyway,
how
here's
only
Wonderwall.
the boys sang that.
I can't.
Did
Do
it-
you
It's
want
from-
me to hear? Do you want to hear me sing, Liam?
It's-
Absolutely
Aren't you
not.
supposed to be the bard?
It's from such
Yeah,
a
you
good
are.
song.
You're the fucking bard.
I play the bagpipes.
That is an
Yeah.
indication of how bad she would be.
I would
bet-
love to hear
Yes,
that.
you also
song
have
on
a
backwards.
drum.
I'm going
Also,
to Google
in
if there's
real
a
life, I
bagpipe.
didn't sing. I played the cello in middle and high school.
It's closer to piano than bagpipes.
Yeah.
I play the
Listen.
guitar.
I play the spoon.
Oh, you
I played you
stole
harp.
my joke.
All right, but you eventually get close to this building. The windmill just appears to be spinning, but it appears relatively quiet. You can't hear anything from just outside of the gates.
Does it
It's
spin right round?
It does.
Baby right round.
Like a record baby.
Right round,
Right,
round,
right,
round.
round.
Jesus fucking Christ!
What are all you doing? Are any of you waiting by the car? Are you all going through the garden, or what you
Biddy
doing?
just gets straight
how
up and
close
she
are you
just
to the-
marches up to the front door.
Okay. What about you, Michael? Sorry, what are you doing?
How close are we to the building?
You're about 15 meters away.
It's not close.
I don't know
enough.
how far that is.
3
It's
foot a meter.
20 feet.
Nah,
No,
15 is
it's like 3
45
feet.
3 feet is
that-
a meter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
So
that'd be
It's 45 feet.
okay.
I need to be closer to use detect magic because I don't trust people.
All right. Are you? What are you doing? Are you getting closer? Are you like following behind
Is
Biddy?
there,
or-
any, is there any way we can like hitch up the horse? Because I feel like we should
Yeah,
just-
I was gonna find a place to park.
You find a local tree stump and you tie.
Just make sure it's legal so we don't get a parking ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure there's no like fire hydrants or anything.
Yeah. Those do not
Look at
exist in this
parking
world.
meters.
Just make sure
I
I
guess a pond that they could use to
well.
get buckets out of.
they just spit on fire.
Well, usually they just get a nice magician or a water magician or something.
A nice magician. Oh.
Yeah, he does a
Go
good
toilet.
job.
I'm gonna walk up a bit closer to the building and then I'd like to use detect magic because I don't trust this
Okay.
guy.
How close do you
No
walk?
point.
I'm gonna stay 15 feet away from the building.
All right. What is the range on your detect magic?
30 feet,
30 feet.
I believe.
All right. You get a little bit tentative because you want to get close enough for your detect magic to work, but you also don't want to get too close in case he sees you through a window or something. So you open the gate, you walk through into the front garden where things like watermelons and carrots have been planted, and you tentatively cast detect magic, and your senses are overwhelmed. There is magic everywhere. There is so much magic.
Can you tell what like it?
I feel
Detect
anxious.
magic also lets you know what kind of school it comes from as well.
Yeah, it's mostly what's the one where you make shit?
Childbirth.
Conjuration.
No, yes. It's mostly things like conjuration, but there are just all different types of magic in this sort of area, and it's hard to focus on any one.
Okay.
Then
How
you just
climbable is this place?
Pardon?
How climbable? Like, is there a shed or something I can climb on top of?
Jesus Christ, guys.
Are you actually going to try and sneak into the building?
No. I just want to keep out of sight.
It is.
How flammable is the building?
If you want to keep out of sight,
Cast Eldritch Blast on the building. No.
no, you do not.
Sticks and snakes.
No, there doesn't really appear to be much to hide behind. You could probably hide around the side of the windmill, considering it's a spherical building, and there are a few loose bricks if you really wanted to climb up to the top, but mostly you just seem exposed, like in the front garden.
I would.
Alright.
I'll just walk up to what? Do I see a door? I guess is there.
Yeah, there's a front door.
I will
Which
walk
just
up.
follow
Biddy's
along to the
walking
front
straight
door.
up to, so you're going with Biddy?
Yeah, I'll be walking just
I guess so. I'd like to put on my cloak first, trying to hide myself away. Like,
Alright.
cover my face.
Yeah, so you cover your face. Biddy and Mikolash go into the front. What is Rogtharn and Gorg doing, the short members of the group?
I guess I'm just getting off
Bless
of
you.
Comet.
Yeah,
And,
you've tied her to a tree branch. She seems pretty secure.
I just pat her a little bit to get that. Get
Get
that.
bitten again.
Yep.
Animal
We'll just get
handling
that
check with
relationship up.
disadvantage.
Wait, what?
You heard me.
Why does that horse hate us?
He doesn't hate you. He hates everything. She hates everything.
Boop. Fuck.
Will she eventually like us if we, like, charm her enough?
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm just gonna keep throwing shit at a wall until she loves me. That's kind of how I
Don't
work
throw
with
shit
women.
at- I don't think that's gonna help.
Yeah, no. You go to stroke her, and you stroke her front, and she does another step, and so you get worried, and so you start stroking the back, and then she just plops.
Poops.
Yes.
Oh,
Good
no.
girl.
It's not a dog.
Can I stroke her again?
Animal handling check with disadvantage.
Yeah,
Stop it!
boy.
You're gonna die.
Yes.
Oh!
She
About
seems
time.
more calm now, but she's still mildly agitated at you trying to stroke her.
Can I
It's
stroke
like
her
an
again?
You,
Stop it!
animal handling check with
I want to
disadvantage.
Going to
continue
get
on to
kicked.
the. I want to continue on to
Fuck.
the story. God
It's
damn
like
it,
an
guys.
episode with Ed and Eddie where he
Dead.
hated the world because
Oh.
he had a stone in his shoe.
Yeah.
You're gonna get kicked.
You
Okay.
you stroke the horse, and now that it's pooped, it seems a lot calmer. And you just
Was he just constipated?
you stroke it, and it's relaxing and it's nice, and you seem to be calming her down, and you're going for a hug, and she
Aw.
bites on your hair
Oh.
and fucking throws you.
Toward the group.
I would like for you to make a dexterity save.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
Can I roll a dex save to see if I can
Oh,
catch
God.
him?
No, he's thrown straight in front of the horse. Like you're all in the front garden, and you just turn around. You see this dwarf doing a somersault in the air before landing on his ass.
Hang on. Was it supposed to be with disadvantage?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, you got.
Oh.
Well,
thrown
no,
by
no,
your
it wasn't
hair.
supposed to be with disadvantage, but I always take the
Do
left
it with
one.
advantage. What if he wanted to get thrown?
He did not. He went
That's
in
true,
for a
it's my
hug
kink.
and got yeeted.
It was his kick.
That's illegal.
Please stop.
The
You are
horse.
no longer allowed to touch the
I
horse.
should have stopped at two pets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
made the horse poop. That's enough.
yeah. You just get
Christ.
fucking launched in the air. You land on your ass. Takes you a few seconds to realize what happened, and then the horse just spits out a few strands of hair before whinnying a little bit.
Is my beard okay?
Your beard's fine.
Okay.
Your head hair's a little bit thinner.
Pride.
I'm gonna make you love me.
Don't.
And then I.
Yeah,
then I walk off.
you all hear this dwarf just shout, "I'm gonna make you love me." And then
Please don't say that out loud to the horse.
and behind all of you, you hear, "That's new." As you just look around and you see a halfling with a thin in hair and a pretty thick grey beard with a sort of bluish star-striped onesie on, holding the door open and looking at all of you with a confused look.
Biddy immediately goes up to him and is like, "Well, howdy, sir."
Jesus. Hello. Can I help
She
you?
just hold on. Yes, we've been playing this entire time.
Oh yeah, D&D's been going on for 4 hours. Nice.
Fuck me.
Has it
Not feeling
felt?
like that.
No. Oh, I like
It's
that.
not been 4 hours.
It's okay. Hold on.
It
It
has
has
been.
not been 4
3 and a
hours.
half, but rounded.
What?
No,
It-
no,
No.
you're...
It's been 2 hours.
5 past 8.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's been an
2
hour.
hours.
Had to grab her.
An hour
I
and a
can't
half.
count.
We've been joined till nearly
No, you
half past.
cannot.
I should not be a DM.
You should not.
But
Probably
I'm
why
doing
it felt
good.
Like it's not been
You're
4 hours.
doing
Okay.
well. We're very proud of you.
Yeah, but yes, you see this man in his midnight blue pajamas, just a halfling with a very aged appearance, looking at you all very confused.
And Biddy has gone up to him and startled him, and she just holds out her hand. She's like, "My name is Biddy, and we are here we want to talk to you. You are the wizard feller that lives here, right?"
I am a wizard, yes. And he sort of slaps your hand in a high five style, but still looks at you confused. What do you want? I'm not buying anything.
"Oh, we ain't here to sell you nothing, sir.
Ken, so you're
we-
interested in dresses?
Actually, yes.
I can hook you up.
Ooh, do a persuasion check. Well, I'd have to see what you have in stock, but as long as it's breathing on the bits and it's got nice material, maybe.
I mean, sure. I don't have anything with me, but I can show you some samples and just give me your address and it'll come in the mail in a couple of weeks.
Oh, sure. Come in. Why don't you come in? Tell me more about your dresses. I want to know.
Well, I am
You're letting
the.
all of us in?
Yes. He's still giving very weird looks to the dwarf that was doing cartwheels in the air. But
Should I hang
looking,
back?
he invites you in, but he's just giving you weird looks. But he seems relatively calmed by the dwarf, also in fancy attire that is very clearly a wizard at the back of the party.
Yes.
Please come in. Would you like some
Thank
tea?
you very much.
I'll shuffle on.
Oh,
in.
yes, please.
Is that, so
Do you
you all-
have sweet tea, sir?"
Can I have some tea, please?
Absolutely. Would you like goat's milk or cow's milk?
Cows, please.
All right. Is everyone going inside?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
He goes inside. This seems like a house made for normal sized people. And so when he goes up to reach for the kettle that's on the side, he has to pull up a little stool, and he has to keep moving the stool to make things. But he makes you all a cup of tea. And he says, "So what brings you all over here? I assume that you didn't come to some lonely old man's place to sell him a dress. Unless you did, in which case I
well,
respect that."
Should we pyramid scheme this guy?
No. I'll probably just like.
Actually, if you hire 4 more people.
Yeah.
I probably haven't like sat down. I'm probably just stood up. Well, since from what we've been told, you've had more than just us come here. I'll cut to the chase. We've come for the ring. You have.
Oh, you blew it. You blew it.
No, but
I was selling dresses.
we've heard that you've had a magical ring. We're part of the guild in the town down the road.
Oh,
You blew your load.
is that
like
is
way
that
too
the
early.
is that the new building that popped up with that what's his name, gay man?
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
Yes.
Yeah, gay man.
Between you
Yeah,
and
we've
me,
heard you've had multiple people come down and search for
between
this
you and me, that gay man, he gets off the side and puts down a few cups of tea, and then he puts down a plate of biscuits. He says, "Between you and me, that man seems dreadfully dreary and reality blind. I don't like this new breed of man they've got in the Magic's Guild, where it's all about being fancy and talking fancy. Back in my day, you weren't a wizard unless you set things on fire and saw how it affected it."
I know what you mean.
Best way to research.
I've had my time researching, and the new magics is definitely a lot more dull than how it used to be.
I assume you all take sips of your drinks. Does anyone take
I
the
haven't.
cookies?
I don't drink.
How many
I
cookies
haven't
are there?
drunken anything.
There appears to be at least 20 cookies.
I
I'd
got
like one.
10.
Okay.
I take one.
Alright.
I
Puts it in
don't
his
drink
pocket.
or anything.
Okay.
Also, as just a thing I want to know, I'm guessing Mike's fucking detect magic is still going off.
Yes,
as
but
just a heads up.
it is basically a fire alarm, but it is sensory. There is just magic everywhere.
Because I don't know why I just don't trust drinks from him or anything. But I haven't got detect magic. I won't know anything about
Are
these
you-
drinks.
You're not thirsty, young man? He offers you a cup.
No, I had some water on the way here. I'll be fine. Thank you for the offer, though.
Ah, what a charming gentleman. Well, feel free to help yourself to cookies. They're fancy.
The cookies are great.
Yeah.
So about those dresses,
Oh, yes, the dresses.
Yes, I am set to inherit a large dress company. If I can measure you, we'll pick up some fabrics, what style you want. You pay me, and it'll be on you in the way.
Make my clothes size for a normal human being. I like to have it trail behind me so people think that I'm important. When
Oh,
really
fair
I'm
enough, I
old
get
and
that.
insane.
Oh, same.
Speaking
Aren't
of
we all
old,
a bit mad?
speaking of old and insane,
My eyes get wider.
Satin?
I put goat's milk in your tea instead of cow's milk.
I just nervously chuckle.
That's a weird prank.
Oh, trust me, it makes the wild magic cookies taste better.
Oh
Well,
no!
that's what-
I'm gonna do some rolls.
Oh god! I was
How many
wondering
have I
why you
eaten at
made
this
a
point?
table. I
You.
was wondering. Oh fuck! I'm gonna die.
All right.
Oh no.
He ate 10 of them.
All
Am I
right.
tripping balls right now?
Wasn't he the only one that took a bite?
No,
Yes.
everyone took a cookie apart from you.
I haven't had a bite yet. I just
I
took
took
one.
10.
I took 1.
All right.
I took one, but I've probably eaten it.
I've
Yeah.
eaten like about 5.
Whilst
so far.
going mad because of all
I
the
don't think I've
fucking
had
magic
any. I've
that's
been way too
around.
busy selling dresses.
All
I
right.
don't
So,
trust this mad magic.
three of you have eaten the cookies.
Yes.
All right.
Gorg has eaten 10 of them.
All right.
5.
Gorg.
I'm seeing things.
Gorg. You don't feel an immediate
I have a
sort
good
of-
constitution.
Yeah. You don't feel
No,
no. This is magic. This does not take
Oh, boy.
constitution into account. You feel like a sort of pressure inside of you, like you might have a little bit more blood than usual, but it soon goes away and you soon feel normal.
I don't like that. Does he have
I'm
an
gonna shit
alien
myself.
baby now?
I think I
That's
just
not how
shit my
pregnancy works.
I'll probably step up and just like be like probably a lot more serious than the other people like have seen me. But I'm like, what have you done to the cookies? We're not here to mess with you in any way. Why screw with us?
Can I do a perception check on my underpants?
Do you still want the dresses?
I'll get to everyone's queries in a second. I just want to go through the wild magic. Michael,
Yes.
the magic flowing through your veins seems to surge for a few seconds before it seems to sort of die down. You feel a little perturbed by this, but you automatically assume that, you're fine and you're safe.
Okay.
Biddy, you had some, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm scared.
Okay. You feel like you want to have a conversation with someone. This thought dies down pretty quickly, but, like, you get the feeling that, like, the next time you have a conversation with someone, like, properly, it'd be interesting. It's a sort of weird feeling you can't pin down.
She's high.
No, none of you are high. You've just got, like, you just get this weird tingling in your stomach for a few seconds before it goes away.
We're in love.
You are not in love.
Damn
You are a drow. No one can love you.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
I mean, the drow's the most interesting one in the party from my character's point of view so
Yeah.
far.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My parents love me.
So, alright, so the first thing that everyone said, Mikolash said you asked them what they put in their
Why?
cookies.
Yeah, why mess with us, essentially?
Oh, I didn't mess with you. It's just a little bit of harmless fun. You see, paying rent in this area, dirt cheap. Paying for food, dirt cheap. Paying for water, is nothing. Paying for the materials needed to make potions and trinkets and rings and powerful items and the amount of capes that I go through after accidentally setting fire to them, that costs a lot of money. So I work with experimental things like potions.
Well, as long as none of it's harmful, because you said wild magic, but I know of wild magic sorcerers and what wild magic is.
In character, you would know of wild magic, and you know that they have a pretty dangerous reputation just because they can't fully control their powers. But considering nothing has exploded in the last 5 seconds, you get the feeling that this was relatively safe.
Because, yeah, I'll say to him then, because wild magic can be dangerous from some of the stories I've heard from people I've known.
Regular magic can be dangerous from some of the stories. You ever
Yeah,
heard
but-
of wild magic sorcerers blowing stuff up? Because I've heard of
Yes.
wizards blowing stuff up. I was one
Yes,
of
but
them.
I mean, wizards can control that most of the time. Wild magic
You would
is...
think so.
What?
What?
Well, wild magic is a lot more random and can cause a lot of trouble when you don't mean it to.
I would rather be with a wild magic sorcerer than a drunk barbarian, I'll tell you that much.
I would agree. But
Here.
if they...
He says he pulls something out of his coat and he puts a red vial on the table. He's like, no harm, no foul. This is a potion of healing. If anything starts growing that isn't supposed to start growing, feel free to give that a try.
What if it lasts for more than 4 hours?
See a doctor.
I'll take the potion then and just slot it.
Okay.
Is that actually a potion, though?
Add a potion of healing to your inventory.
Nice.
Yeah.
Quote unquote. Potion of healing.
Ain't that kind of immoral to test things on innocent people, though, sir?
Immoral? I tell you what's immoral, the fact that we can't test these things. I'm trying to think of the betterment of humanity, and all of a sudden, I feed someone some cookies, and I go to jail. That's immoral.
Yes, because you didn't tell them that they were my magic cookies. I'm sure you could find someone to test them on for a decent amount of pay.
That's why Cosby's in jail.
Are you telling me there are people willing to try my magical inventions for money?
There could
I'm
be.
sure there, yeah.
Alright. Okay. He immediately pulls out another vial and just slams it on the table. Drink that. 10 gold.
Don't drink it here.
What is it?
Drink it out in the gardens or somewhere. We don't want it blowing up.
It
Stay
won't
away from
blow
the
up.
horse.
I'm not insane.
I do
You
need
just
to wash
said you
down these
were
cookies.
insane a little bit ago, sir.
God.
Sorry, what'd you say?
I said, Betty said, didn't you just self-proclaim yourself to be insane a little bit ago, sir?
No! That must have been a different me.
I'm sorry?
I'll say in like I'll use my awakened mind, and this might freak him out a bit, but with Gorg, I'll just say, please drink it outside. You just hear this in your head, because no idea what that.
10 gold.
going
No
to go on.
questions. Just down it.
Okay, what's it supposed to do?
Yeah, give me a hint.
It's supposed to refresh you and invigorate you in a way that you haven't really experienced before. Like you're living a new life.
I feel I am living a new life actually. So.
Oh, well then it's the perfect time for a control group. I've heard of those. I think they're a thing.
Well, you just keep hearing in your head, just from me, just please do it outside. I don't
I don't know if I want to do it at all.
If you're going to.
Can I? Okay. If I take the vial and I walk outside, does anyone follow me?
He follows
Benny
you.
does.
He follows you from a distance, but he's very excited. He's like he's twiddling his fingers and he's rubbing his hands and he's almost shaking with excitement.
Wait, who's good at stealth here? Can someone just look around while I drag him outside?
I was about to say, while they're walking out, I'm going to put in his head again. Try taking as long as you can with it. Try delaying it out.
That's why I give you a big old wink.
But you can respond back You can respond back like it's like a telepathic communication.
But I don't know that. I just still give you a wink.
See,
Thank you.
does your friend have
Like
a
a
nervous
big
twitch?
open mouth like wink.
He's got a condition. Real dry eye. You know,
Real what?
dry eye. That's why he's winking. You
Oh.
gotta keep it moist.
Does he have a different condition for jumping through the air?
Yes.
No, that's just our horse.
Oh.
Her name is Comet.
Oh, she looks beautiful.
My
what I'll
horse
do
has
is,
a condition. She doesn't love me.
'cause-
I can fix that.
She's a little gross.
Can you?
Don't touch the horse, sir. With all due respect, if you come near our horse, I will chunk you through your roof.
I mean, you wouldn't be able to do anything to me before that evil beast does, and he points to the horse. Thing looks like a demon with hooves.
I'm just trying to loudly stall for as long as possible.
yeah, what I'm
Do
gonna
not
do is
insult
Are you
Comet.
still-
She is a good girl. She is simply Justin to her new owners.
Right. Did her last owners like her enough to keep her?
No, but he was kind of
Yes.
an asshole.
Ah. Right. Anyway, potion.
so I'm going to
Are you
stand
still interested in the dresses?
Ah.
Yes, of course. But I just one
You're the
second.
stealth person. Aren't you supposed to be stealing?
Yeah, before
Well, yeah, but I'm also trying to stall him.
Yes,
But you're
I know.
supposed. You can't stole while you steal.
Like before she
No.
walks out the building, I would have awaken mind her and being like, "You stay here, look around for the ring, and I'm just going to stand in the doorway, like looking at them while hopefully she stealths."
I have a plan, guys. Trust me.
No.
So do I.
Damn it.
I trust you. I'm just gonna keep on stalling.
I'm standing in the doorway as if to
Drink
block
it,
view,
drink
but
it,
just
drink it.
Okay, so
Do you have a measuring tape around by any chance?
Yes, near the kettle. And he just points without taking his eyes off of Gorg.
Do we get if this guy if our friend blows up for whatever reason, do we get financial
up?
compensation?
Yes, of
Excuse
course.
me, I'd like to borrow the bathroom. And I'd like to
But,
tiptoe out, go on
okay,
my
just
way.
bring it back. Make a stealth check with
Of
advantage.
course. With advantage?
Yes. He is not taking his eyes off of George. Oh, Gorg.
oh yes.
I don't
Fuck
think
yeah.
you make it. Yeah, easily enough, like, while he's in the doorway, everyone else crowding around him, you manage to slip back and, whereabouts do you want to have a look around?
My first instinct is bedroom.
Okay. You go up to his bedroom and, make an investigation check.
Oh no. With or without advantage?
Without.
Just normal.
Yeah, normal.
What'd you say, investigation?
Investigation 14. Okay, place looks relatively nice, like the bed is well made, it's surprisingly tidy considering what a chaotic sort of man he seems. Sorry. Looking through the room, you see a picture of various different people that seem relatively similar looking to him. You see him with a tall lady, you see him with two medium level, same height as you ladies, you see him with a man, you see them all grouped up together. You see a little, what appears to be a coin purse on his bed. Well,
Okay,
not on
can
his bed,
I-
on his bedside table, sorry.
Can I look through it?
You open it up and it seems to be very dark on the inside.
Well,
God.
thank God I have lights.
What, do you want to cast light inside the purse?
No, I have a tinderbox.
Oh. You want to start up a tinderbox in his bedroom?
What? No. You realize the tinderbox is like the size of a lighter.
Oh. I was thinking
Do you
of
not know what a tinderbox is?
I've only seen the tinderboxes from RuneScape and they are fucking
I was gonna
huge.
say you're thinking of
Yeah.
RuneScape. aren't
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
No, a tinderbox is just like the size of a lighter. They're not very
Yeah.
large.
Alright, so what, do you hold up basically the lighter to the coin purse?
Yeah, if I can.
Okay, you look inside. You see what appears to be like maybe bits of gold. It looks relatively shiny, but it's kind of hard to make out because despite the light, it's still relatively dark. You get the feeling this might be one of his magical inventions, but you're not sure.
Okay, well, I'd like to put it away. I don't want to
Okay, you
deal
simply
with it too
you
much.
close the clasp on it and put it back where you saw it. You looking through his drawers and stuff. It appears to be that he's running out of time because like the experiment is going on outside. But you only manage to search through his bedroom and you see clothes, a few pictures, nothing really of interest.
I'm just swirling around the vial, sniffing it like a glass of wine.
Yes, back to the party. He's very quietly been going, drink it, drink it, drink it, drink it. But it's been getting louder and louder.
Oh, it smells great. Does it smell great? How does it smell?
It smells like artificial strawberries and real raspberries. It's a very
Oh.
fruity, tingy sort of smell.
Oof.
20 gold.
Yeah. It
19
smells-
gold.
smells great.
18 gold.
To buy it?
For you to
To
drink
drink.
it.
To drink it.
17
Uh,
gold.
You know,
16 gold.
Once he's done drinking it, I would like to have a conversation with you. I have
Yes,
some
dear, whatever.
questions.
Let him drink it. 15 gold.
I mean, I won't drink it for less than 50 gold.
14 gold.
I guess I'm not drinking it then.
He goes over to you and takes the vial and looks relatively
You know-
pissed off.
Wait,
I'll
wait, wait,
walk
wait, wait,
Do
wait,
I
wait,
do I
wait.
hear this?
Yeah, you're with the party.
I'll walk up. Well, I'm stood at the doorway. I don't know how far away.
Yeah.
I'm
I'll
assuming
walk
I can't
over.
hear anything upstairs.
No, you can hear like the basic
Commotion.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you
I'll
can't make
walk
out
over
it.
to the magician and just be like, 20 gold to drink it, right?
Right now, right this second.
I down it.
Okay, you snatch
Damn, boy.
You snatch it off of
Ah,
Gorg.
yes, the poison for Cusco.
No, it's not poison. You take
Oh.
it, you snatch it from Gorg, and you immediately down it. Everyone sees the wizard's eyes light up, and he looks very excited, and he takes a few steps back, and he's clapping, and you get the feeling that this is the happiest he's been for quite a while.
I'm gonna stay relatively close to him just in
Yeah.
case anything goes wrong.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run and jump behind the carriage.
Yeah. Everyone either takes cover or stays close. You down the vial. It's very fruity. It's like almost like a very fruity wine, but without the alcohol taste.
Strawberry Lou.
Yum.
Yeah. You take a drink and the taste settles in your throat for a bit, and it almost like seems to calm your tongue, and your heart slows down a little bit, and you feel very, very relaxed. And then everyone watches as
tastes good.
Mikolash drops dead.
I'm sorry, what?
What now?
You just watch as this
Uh.
tiefling flops face first onto the ground, not moving.
Biddy immediately grabs the wizard by his shirt collars and hoists him up to face her. What the fuck did you
I run to the
just
body and
do?
immediately do mouth to mouth
Make a
with my
medicine.
crusty, like cookie-filled beard.
Make a medicine check with disadvantage.
Uh.
Oh
Oh
god.
boy.
Yeah, you start doing mouth to mouth on him, but you miss, and you're sucking his chin basically.
Yum.
Biddy is holding this wizard up like, how tall is he?
He is about 4 foot.
He is like 2.5 feet off the ground
Yeah.
now as she's holding him. So she's like, what the fuck did you just do to him?
Intimidation check.
Yeah, boy.
Relax, this is all part of the plan. I've planned this.
What did you do?
Well, put me down, and I'll be able to explain very easily.
She just drops him.
I want to make a dex check. Hold on. Please be a hidden thing. I think it is. You guys can't see that, right?
No.
Nope.
No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, he lands on his ass before quickly getting up, and he's like, he starts explaining to you. Yes, this is it's very simple for me to explain. He walks over to Mikolash, kicks him in the side of the chest. He's like, "Yep, he's dead."
You fix this right now, or I will
Wait,
bash
wait,
your
wait.
goddamn skull.
Hold on. Wait.
What?
And you watch
5,
as Mikolash
4.
jolts back up with such a force that he lands back onto his feet. Mikolash, you now have full health and all of your spell slots back.
That did not. How did that feel for me? Did I feel like I died? Like, what was the feeling for me
You
when
just
it
black out for a
happened?
second.
Did I just like was I knocked out? Would it feel like that? Or, like,
I
how
will
did
explain
it
to
feel?
you what you saw after the session, but what you saw was what you have been looking for a long time.
Oh.
You saw things that
Okay.
you can't comprehend right now. You're going to need to sleep on them.
Probably
Huh.
what you see from because Mikolash is like red in color, like tiefling. He's like he's red. His horns are like dark red, and you just see him go like very pale, just
Pink.
loses all color. His tail like kind of curls up round like his leg, like he just looks just not like nothing you ever seen before, and he just like drops and just sits down and is just kind of staring like down, arms crossed, just
Yeah.
slightly shaking.
Like,
I just crouch down and I go up next to him. I put my hand on his shoulder.
I flick
then
it off.
I take out some animal feed. And I'm like, "Hey, bud."
What the,
You-
please, just let me. I need some
This
time.
is-
Biddy
time alone.
picks
This
up
is-
the wizard once again by his shirt collar. She's like, 50 gold now.
No, I'll take it.
50
I'll
gold.
awakened mind in Biddy and just be like, no, it's fine. I said I'll do it for 20. This is what I just leave him alone. I
He-
did offer to do this.
There's just you put the wizard down, and everyone's just looking at Mikolash like Urieli has just rushed down from the bedroom. Everyone's got this shocked look on their face.
I'm
There's
gonna
a
stand
solemn
up.
mood in the party, and then the wizard goes, "It worked!
I'm
Yeah!"
gonna stand up
And
and just put my hand out for gold, and if he gives me the gold, as soon as he gives me the gold, I'm walking to the cart and just sitting in the cart.
Yeah, he
hoping no
he
one-
rushes inside very quickly, and then comes back out, and he hands each of you 20 gold.
Oh,
Whoa.
Okay.
Immediate way to make everyone relax.
Yeah.
No, Biddy's
Is that
still
confirmed?
pissed
Can I add
off.
that to my? Can we
Like
add that to
it-
wallets?
What? Yeah, add 20
Is
gold
that-
to each of your
Sick.
All
wallets.
of us?
Yes.
Yeah.
He
No,
said
Biddy's
20 gold,
still
Mikolash
but
is just gonna sit down in the cart, and if he hears like Biddy still having a go at him, he's just gonna do his best to just awaken mind, just in
Yeah.
her head, just being like, "It was my decision. It's all on me. Leave him alone. I chose to do this."
yeah, Mikolash, what you saw, it's fucked you up, but it's what you wanted to see.
Yeah. It's
Biddy
helped.
is just like looming over this wizard. She's like, that could have killed him for good.
That
You
did
said-
kill him. Oh, for good. No, he's perfectly safe. What this does is it temporarily kills you for a little bit.
You could have informed us of that beforehand.
I needed a pure control. If you knew you were going to die, you might not have died.
Would
I
you
wish it
test
worked
this on
that way.
yourself, you little bitch?
I can't try it on myself because if something goes wrong, I can't revive myself. You think I was just gonna let him die? I have
I'm just-
plenty of revive potions inside.
I'm just
it's
sat
fine.
like at the back, just doing a bit of math in my
He's
head.
not
so...
just dead. He didn't just die. He is obviously traumatized.
Biddy,
Uh-oh.
I chose to do this. I saw what I
Biddy,
wanted.
you left.
Your head,
Leave him
shut the
alone.
fuck up. I got an idea, you little bitch. Let
He's-
Mama
he's
do her
gonna-
work.
He's gonna talk in a language you probably don't know. I'm guessing you don't understand deep speech.
No, she knows Orcish
I
and
do.
Common.
What you?
Jesus Christ.
No, George, that's not what deep speech is.
I know. Yeah, I could guess.
No,
Yeah, so
no,
it's
I don't
just
think
in this,
anyone
like,
in the party knows deep speech.
This just horrible language, and obviously no one understands. But it's very loud, very like guttural, and just probably horrific. No one's heard this. I'm gonna say leave him alone, but nobody will understand me because I just kind of lost myself for a second and just like shouted at her essentially, and then I'm gonna calm down and be like, sorry, it's just please, I'm fine with what happened. I accept everything. And he's just going to go
Biddy
back in the
just
car.
gives him a look trying to communicate. She's like, I have an end goal here. Let me work it.
He's just gonna walk it, but go back to the carriage and just sit down and just think.
She just looks back over him and she's like, we will forget this little incident and not report you to the Mage Guild. However,
You mean the
we
magic
need
guild?
that. Yes, Mage Guild, magic, whatever.
They already know that I'm insane, but they know that I know what I'm doing.
You almost killed somebody. You think
I
that
did kill
people are gonna-
somebody.
You think that's going to go well over with the townsfolk, knowing there's some crazy old man handing out potions, not telling people what exactly they do? You think that the Magic Guild's going to let that fly?
I mean, they don't care. This is outside the city.
They care, honey. That's why we're here. They
I won't send
don't
you
want
addresses
me-
if you don't do it.
No.
Give us the what was it? The trinket amulet
The
that we're
ring.
after?
Ring.
Why don't you give us the ring for safekeeping? We'll take it back to the Magic Guild.
The
And
ring? You want the ring?
Yes.
No, I can't do that. And
You want to tell me why not? Because it's your wife's?
he hears you say because it's your wife's, and he just gets a solemn look on his face before he starts walking inside to his home.
Biddy follows him. Sir, you mind telling me what exactly happened to her?
Is it
She
because
drink the potion too.
did that gamer tell you it's because some sort of weird material that it was made out of?
The one that's been recently made illegal? Yes.
Sporite, yes. We knew about it well. When we got married, we both said we wanted to make something special with each other. I made a ring of freezing. It was something simple I made when I was young, but I perfected it for her, and she made a ring of fire. with one of our recent expeditions to Stuttgart. It was.
Is this a ring for your finger or?
It's a ring for your finger. It's a marriage ring.
Okay.
What else would it be for?
Don't answer that. Don't.
No, I know.
Bad dragon.
No.
Let's go back to the sad backstory, please.
Yes. She went to Stuttgart and she managed to acquire some samples and she made a very nice wedding ring, and we made our vows. It was a lot late. We were very old for it. Like, we had been parents for 20 years by that point, but we felt like we needed to make it official. She got sick due to our visits to Stuttgart, her and my son. And, well, if you know anything about sporites, then you know what had happened to her. I have her buried out in the back garden because I can't risk anyone desecrating her corpse. But
Is the ring buried with her?
no, I kept it safe. It was very powerful, and I couldn't risk someone digging her up and finding something like that.
That's why we're here. The Magic Guild wants to take it and keep it safe so nobody tries to rob it from you.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
Ooh.
I mean, it's safe with me, but the Magic Guild, it's screwing things up for all of us that want to experiment, that want to push the bounds.
Don't you think it'd be safer in the middle, in a place where they got armed guards there protecting it 24/7?
Yes, it may be safer, but no
I
one would
know it's
appreciate
hard.
it. Not like I do.
Darling, what would your wife want?
Probably to be alive.
Other than that, honey.
Just from the back, I'm like,
Do you think she want this piece of powerful magic to be potentially stolen from you? Or would she rather have it safely kept away so where it can't be used to hurt anybody?
I think she would want me to save myself the trouble. But if given the choice, she would want me to have it. It's the only thing I've got of hers left. Next to those pictures.
and her body.
And her body.
Do I hear the conversation? I know I'm in the
No,
carriage.
you're in a carriage 15 feet away with a closed
Okay.
door. And everyone's
mind.
inside.
Excuse me, mister.
Yeah.
What if I make a
Yes,
dress,
yes.
a,
No,
a,
go ahead.
a replica of one of her dresses for you?
She never really liked dresses. She was an adventurer. She often wore suits.
Not even a wedding dress?
No, she turned up to our wedding in a full black and white suit. It was beautiful.
Oh, Ness. Ah, Ness. No. Okay.
Hmm.
Nobody.
You sure she didn't have a dick?
I'm not saying that.
What if we convinced Mr. Gray Man to let you come and visit and see the ring when you need to? Have a little something of her.
I never go into the cities anymore. What they've done to the Magic's Guild, it's a mockery of what we know. It's all posh, it's all high elves and people with fancy voices and nice suits and fresh young adventurers. It's
And gay men.
No offense, sir, but we are technically part of the Magic Guild now, and we ain't all that fancy.
you're still here to-
Excuse you?
Yeah.
Riley, shut up for a moment.
You're still doing work for them, though. You're still taking away my things.
Your things that can possibly kill people, and now I know you don't want to do that unless to bring them back to life. This can seriously hurt people. How would you feel if someone managed to steal that ring and burn down an entire village?
Well, I mean, good luck to them. They'd probably burn themselves first. It's very complicated magic.
Sir,
Let's not forget he just almost killed someone. I don't think he cares.
He didn't
then
almost. He
is
killed
just
me.
like, I am trying to be nice because I understand this is your wife's ring. It is something very precious to you. But we need that or they will have you arrested. They will take that ring and you will not have it anymore, nor will you be able to take care of your wife's grave.
He looks very solemn at that.
It is not a fun choice, but it would be the best choice for everybody here involved. If you just hand it over to us, we will promise that it will be taken well care of.
It's the noble choice for the greater good.
He looks solemn and confused for a second, like he doesn't know what the right choice is, before he turns around and says, I've always got potions that I need testing and magical items, and I'm sure if you are truly trying to be the adventurers that you say you are, you'll encounter magic items too. If I were to give you this, would you come back every once in a while?
Of course. We'll come and visit you.
I've got plenty of guest rooms now that my daughters have moved out, and it would just be, well, cheaper than an inn in town. I know they overcharge over there.
Sure. If you give us the ring, we'll come by and stop by when we come out from any jobs we take.
I
How's
don't think
that
the inn
sound?
wants us anymore after we woke them all up at 5 a.m.
Yeah,
Because
that's
that's the point, you're Riley.
All right. Just make sure no one does use it for wrong. I don't trust those magicians over in town or whatever they call themselves now.
Don't worry. If they try to use it for wrong, dash their heads in. It's kind of what I'm good at.
Ooh,
That and bagpipes.
those are two very different skills.
Yep.
He nods and he heads upstairs, and about 5-10 minutes go by before he comes down with a little box. It's inside this box, and he opens it, and you can all see this sort of ring. It's got a very shiny iridescence to it, but it seems to favor the red and orange colors more than the rest of them. Before he closes the box and puts a little padlock in it. Just
Is anyone able to confirm that it is what he says it is? I'm probably not going to be great at that unless it's a history thing.
Your detect magic, Rockthorn, has been going off the entire time. This magic seems to be much above what you're used to and what you've seen before, but you know that it is a ring that has some sort of fire-based abilities to it, and it appears to also have sporite inside of it, and there was no real reason why he would give you something that similar without it being the real thing.
Alrighty.
Alternatively, if any of you want to do an insight check on him, that's cool.
Nah. Betty just takes the box. Thank you, sir. It really was the right thing.
I hope you're right. Your friend, you may want to give him some milk. I don't know why. Whenever I do potions like that, milk seems to help.
Alrighty. Well, thank you for the suggestion. I will keep that in mind.
Alright.
Can we take some milk to give him?
Sure. And he goes into the fridge and he pulls out a bucket of milk.
It's just a whole bucket.
It is just a bucket.
Sweet.
Alright. Now...
I shovel the rest of the cookies into my...
Oh, no. He sees this
into my bag.
and he smiles very widely at you.
I wink.
Sorry. Is this? I'm sorry, but all you British guys sound so fucking similar. I'm sorry. Is this Grog?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Grog.
Cool.
Grog. Okay. Betty just looks at Grog and shakes her head.
Fucking the wizard just gives you 2 thumbs up.
I
Shall
give
we
him a thumb
discuss
up, but it's my thumb that I've got bit, so it's like all red and swollen.
Oh,
Yeah, your thumb is just swollen, but it hasn't broken the skin, so it's fine.
Sweet.
Yeah. You mentioned dresses.
yes. Do you want to discuss it now, or shall we take it another time?
I will send you an email with my budget and what I'm looking for.
An email?
You know, fire hydrants,
No,
we have
regular
email.
mail. Sorry, shit.
Carry
I'm not used to regular mail being a concept. I only use email.
It's ye old
I'll
mail.
DM you.
I'll send you sending with what I
I'll
want
Snapchat you.
in the future, and then you can bring it back to me the next time you're around.
Of course. Please send me some measurements.
I will.
Add me on Facebook.
Fuck off, George.
I'd like
Get me on Twitter.
I'd like a prepayment if that's possible.
Well, if I send you the dimensions, you can tell me if it's possible. Gold is no issue. Don't worry.
Bitcoin?
God.
I accept Dogecoin exclusively.
Did you just say Dogecoin?
Yeah, I was
Or
gonna.
Dogecoin, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It's
can pay in
Doge.
milk.
Much coin.
How much
So,
milk
wow.
do you have?
He just walks over to a nearby sink and turns it on, and it just flows milk.
What's that hooked up to?
You
Just
don't
like
want to
12
know.
cows. Just 12 cows in the backyard.
Oh, I hate that I know of a. Oh God, my mind hurts now because of a scene I remembered.
Oh god, no. But
I'd like a 10 gold reservation fee, please.
10 gold. Make a persuasion check.
Why do I need to persuade him of my business?
Maybe you think it's a
Because you have
ripoff.
shown no credentials.
Fair enough.
Oh yeah, good point.
Yeah, for as long as though you're trying to scam him. We also just managed to convince him to give up his dead wife's.
I am not LuLaRoe!
5 gold.
I'll call it a friendship deal.
Yay, friendship! And he comes and he gives you a hug. Before
Lovely.
he passes you 5 gold.
Thank you.
I'm actually a main partner in a business that sells
No!
beard grooming supplies. I noticed you have a fabulous mane.
Yes.
If you like, I can add you.
We
to
have
our...
harassed the man enough.
Incidentally, this D&D session is sponsored by Dollar Shave Club.
he
And Raid Shadow Legends.
when you no god fuck no. when you mention that you've got a like he's got a
Level
lovely
27.
beard, he gives you a smile and he sort of waddles up to you. He says, "I've strangled men with this beard that have tried to sell me stuff at the door." And he just leans back and he gives you a smile.
All right, now we have harassed this man enough. Let's leave him to his magic devices, and let's go back before our tiefling friend has a mental breakdown.
Okay, and I just waddle off really fast because I'm
I wish
scared.
the world would take that sort of precautions toward me.
When you say waddle, I can't just help but imagine like a penguin.
Same.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
carrying a lot of cookies, so I'm
Penguin with a
waddling.
beard.
You're carrying a battle axe and 2 axes.
Yep,
And the
And
cookies are what
cookies.
brought you over.
it's the hair that broke the camel's back. You know.
It's like in like any of those like weight-based inventory games. Like you pick, it's like you're like at capacity, and you just pick up like a bobby pin, and that's what makes you slow.
Yep. I can't
Yeah.
fast travel anymore with those damn cookies.
It's fine, just get on a horse and
Enemies
you
are
can fast
nearby.
travel.
That's why you have Lydia.
I'll eat them and then I'll have less weight. That's how it works.
Eat the cheese wheels.
You'll eat them and then you
Yeah,
might potentially
random wild
die.
magic
Then we have to
cookies.
deal with a high dwarf.
Hi.
Well, it's better than
Sup?
dealing with all those fucking high elves.
So I
Yeah.
walk back to the carriage, and I see our friend having a near mental breakdown.
He's just sat down, just looking
And I
at the
walk-
floor.
I walk straight past to
He's
Comet,
catatonic.
and I pet Comet.
Give
Animal
Comet a
handling
cookie.
check with disadvantage.
Give Comet a cookie.
Yeah, boy. Oh shit! Yeah, can I feed Comet a cookie?
Oh,
Please don't
Oh,
give the horse
no.
a cookie. Please don't
Comet
give
a
the
cookie.
horse a wild
Please
magic cookie.
animal handling check. Regular.
Oh, not
Regular.
again.
Yeah, boy.
Oh,
Oh god.
Alright. Make a dexterity save as well.
Oh fuck.
all of us?
No, just...
Okay.
Oh no.
Is she gonna
Oh.
explode? Please don't let her explode.
Alright, hold on. I've got to do
Uh-oh.
so many rolls. I did not expect any of this to happen.
Oh no.
Do I have time to go get a drink?
Yes, you do.
Cool, I'll
Did
be
I
right
just
back.
kill Comet?
Oh.
Please don't. I would be
I
so
swear to God,
sad.
if I come back and that horse is dead.
I'm gonna rage quit if I kill
Okay. I'm gonna wait for Victoria to get back.
I'm gonna
I'm
pee
just
real
gonna get a
quick then.
drink.
First,
Alright,
okay.
tea break.
Okay.
Pee break.
Yes. I have got
Pee time.
so much to explain. I love this wild magic table.
I'm so fucking scared. Does she sprout wings and fly away?
That would be a good option.
I'm scared. I'm
God.
no. What have you done? What have you done?
Alright, so just for context, my wild magic table, it is designed not to immediately kill any of you. It has 40 options. Some of those
Can I
are
see
sub
this
options.
table?
No, because I like the surprise. You don't know. Bearing in mind, you had a wild magic cookie already. You don't know what it did.
Nope, not a clue.
I think, Michael, you're really gonna like it.
Oh god.
What did I miss?
I'm a
You didn't miss
low-key
much.
scared.
I just explained that my wild magic table has 40 options on it, and you don't know what any of them do.
Sweet.
They are all my own
Terrifying.
creations.
Liam,
that-
are
least
you
they're
just
not
playing
designed to
Binding of
kill
Isaac
us.
in the background?
I've had it alt-tabbed for a while. I'm not actually playing it.
Yeah, I know, because it just says playing Binding of Isaac.
Yeah, no, that's because it doesn't say playing Roll20.
Yeah, we could make it say that.
You could.
Yeah, I could, but I don't care enough.
Alright, fair enough.
Yeah. We'll wait for George to get back, because I've got a lot to explain.
Yes.
I'm so terrified.
I hate you. I hate you, Liam.
Oh god, Aaron, you don't even know.
If you
I
kill that
see, you
fucking
just-
horse.
You just said you dropped dead. I'm just like, oh, okay. Well.
Go your character!
I
was
just
thinking of
expected that, like, you
characters going
died.
ahead.
I
Dark
knew he
Souls
I
thing.
knew he wasn't
Yeah,
gonna
it's like-
kill you straight out like that because he doesn't hate your character.
No, the thing
Yeah,
is,
no,
I
thing
wa-
is,
I'm too nice of a guy. I don't want to kill any of you off, but I wanted to get a taste of what it would be like if I did kill one of you off. And the fact that everyone went silent, I may have a new favorite feeling.
I mean, I would have had something to say, but I was upstairs.
I was literally thinking of character ideas. Like, I was like, what do I?
I was just
Immediately.
like, oh god.
I was thinking it was just like
Um,
liquid cocaine suspended in strawberry lube.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
Why?
I think about that daily.
All right. Anyway,
Why?
getting back to
Who
our
doesn't?
session, we've
I'm
got
single,
Me!
dude.
we've got Mikolash that's just sort of sitting there rocking in his chair. You
No, not even rocket. He's just completely still, head down.
Yeah.
Just,
He's cataleptic.
Gorg. you see these cookies, and you're like, oh, I took one, and it just made me feel a little funny. It probably doesn't do anything. You take a cookie, you feed it to the horse, but you sort of idle out. You're more interested in how the horse reacts. You don't manage to pull your hand away in time as it bites down on your hand.
Uh oh.
Take 1 point of damage,
Okay. That's fine. We've got 12.
and you know that feeling you had when you ate your wild magic cookie earlier? Like, it was
Yeah.
sort of like a tingling, like there was a pressure in all of your veins, but it only subsided
Yep.
for a bit. Yeah. You pull your finger away, you see a little bit of blood trickle down,
Uh-huh.
and then you get hit in the face with a tidal wave of blood from this one wound, and you just bleed with the force of a fire hydrant for about 5
That we didn't
minutes.
park next to.
There is just blood everywhere before it eventually stops.
Think a band-aid can fix this?
You have bled out the entirety of your body weight's worth in blood and then regenerated it immediately.
Huh.
Can I do? Can I'm assuming Biddy is and Uriah are watching this. Do I
Yes.
have to make a Constitution saving throw? Because that is disgusting.
No, it hits him in the face immediately and he's covered in blood before he smartens up and just points his finger down to the ground. And there's just blood all over the road. This poor fucking wizard is gonna have to explain some shit to some guards if it doesn't rain.
Do you have like a garden hose?
Yeah. But that's...
No one touch Comet. No one do anything that might wound Comet. No
But the
one
thing
do
is, George,
anything.
you fed a wild magic cookie to Comet.
Uh-huh.
No.
Oh God.
You watch
Wait.
the horse just fucking destroy this cookie. Like, it eats it immediately. Like, it's not even hungry because you've been feeding it quite a bit, but it destroys this cookie.
I'm
And
glad,
You
I'm
tried
glad
to-
she's happy.
and everyone just sort of looks at this horse because, like, once George has stopped bleeding, which takes a while, they look at it with a sort of morbid fascination, like they wonder what's going to happen to it. And then it starts to sort of change in texture. Like, you can start to see its ribs. Like, the skin gets a little bit more matted.
No.
Ah, yes,
It
the
starts-
texture of a horse.
It starts to almost age.
Oh,
And
no.
then it becomes incredibly weak to the point where it can barely stand up. And it's
No.
basically skin and bones. And it just sort of sits there as like a living skeleton of a horse for a few minutes before slowly you start to see the skin get into better shape. It takes about 2 hours of everyone panicking around this horse before it goes back to normal
We just
condition.
stood there for 2 hours.
Yes. Well, you can't move the horse
Jesus.
because it's too weakened. Like,
Fair enough.
does anyone want to
just
do
carries the
an
horse.
Arcana check to see what happened? Or a medical check?
I will do an Arcana check.
Okay. Arcana,
You're
medical, or
gonna
nature?
grab the wizard by the
Ah.
fucking scruff again.
That's with +5.
Yeah. You know that this magic acts almost immediately. but it's hard to see what it does. It is definitely some form of wild magic, but you've not seen it before. Like I said, if anyone wants to make a nature or medicine check, you can.
I'll do a nature check.
Hmm.
Oop. Fuck me.
Your horse almost died.
Thanks, Liam.
And Biddy grabbed the wizard and intimidated him and explained what the fuck just happened.
What, do you knock on the door?
Yeah, she just bangs on the door.
Well, we've made good with the wizard. Let's not piss him off.
The wizard
bangs
opens.
on
Please told him my dress. Please don't ruin my business.
The wizard opens the door and says, "What do you want?" Oh, hello.
What the fuck?
It's been like 2 hours.
He just looks behind you, and he sees a pool of blood and a very withered horse, and he was like, "Take your horse to see an animal doctor."
I'll wave at him
And
with my
after
bloody
he
hand.
ate a cookie of yours.
Oh, a cookie. What happened? And he just pulls out a notepad from a back pocket, pulls down a set of reading glasses. What happened?
It didn't bleed. It turned old all of a sudden. And
Oh.
George like bled.
That's life, isn't it?
Oh, it turned old?
Yes.
That'll be fine. Wow, that's a type of wild magic where they age a bit and then they get young again. It's sort of like your friend who died and then wasn't dead, except instead of being dead, you're old. So he was old and then he wasn't old, unless your horse is a girl, in which case she was old and then she wasn't old.
Okay, I understand that, sir. Why did Grog bleed for like 5 minutes when the horse bit him?
Gorg.
Gorg, whatever.
Maybe your friend has a medical condition. Maybe he's allergic to horses.
He was one of us who ate the cookie.
Oh!
Yeah, why did I just feel constipated when I ate my cookies? Plural.
Faulty recipe. Or you're allergic to cookie. In
No.
which case, that's not a good prescription for me to
Say
give,
it
and
ain't
I'm
so,
sorry.
doctor.
I will not go.
Yeah,
No.
the horse bit him and he bled like it was pressurized.
I don't know, maybe your friend needs more fiber in his diet. Look, wild magic,
Maybe Comet is magic.
it's always temporary unless
Comet
it's
is
not.
a magical name.
If you see the
Exactly.
effects,
Temperature's not.
if you see the effects end, don't worry about it. If the effects don't end, come back to me and I can tell you if your friend needs putting down.
Do you mean our friend or the horse, sir?
Well, it depends whoever gets sick.
Comet is our friend.
Am I gonna get sick?
No, probably.
Well, I felt like I really needed to talk to someone when I ate that cookie. Can you tell me what that's gonna do?
I don't know.
Can I walk over to Gork and like ask for a nibble of a cookie, please? I want to try what these people are going through.
Sure. How many cookies
Sounds
do I have
wild.
left?
You have about 10.
Just like a
Okay,
nibble,
cool.
like half a cookie.
I'll give you a full cookie.
I don't want that much. I just want to try it.
Now take the full cookie.
Please
Take the
don't.
full cookie. How about 2? You know what? Just have 10. Here's all the cookies.
Eat the cookies.
I don't
Eat
want
the
all the cookies, please.
Wait, cookies? Can I have some?
No.
Oh.
Can I
Sir,
just
you
have
gave
half
us
a
these
cookie?
cookies. They are the wild magic cookies.
Ah! Yeah, those are fun.
Why are they fun?
Because,
You tried them, didn't you?
yeah.
We,
But regardless, while all of this is going on, I'd like to take one of the cookies and eat half of it.
Okay, you take one of the
I'm just-
cookies.
Cool.
my tummy's making the rumblies.
Have some food. Don't have a cookie.
Have a cookie.
I'm still so puzzled as to what these cookies do.
I'm trying
And
to
what
figure
they
it out.
actually do.
waiting for them to kick in.
Oh!
While this is going on,
Alright.
I'm just gonna walk
Am
over
I gonna
to
like give
Kalash and
birth or
give him the
something?
milk.
Like
Alright, hold on.
just suddenly in the
Well,
I
place.
have a feeling that
Apparently-
different depending on who we are.
You're
It
you're
depends
right.
on what we.
Yes.
what
You
he
take a
rolls,
bite
I
of this
think.
cookie, and it tastes really nice. And all of a sudden you feel like there's power surging through you, like you can do anything. But it feels like it's more like a sort of uncontrollable power. You have no idea what just happened, but you feel powerful now.
What the fuck are these
Cool.
cookies?
It's obviously wheat cookies. Hello.
Oh.
Why would I put weeds in my cookies? I don't even like sunflowers.
Why
Do you
would
have a recipe book for these cookies?
It
No.
involves a lot of magic.
We are not reproducing these cookies.
I want to know what
I'm
I just
having
put
the
in my
time of
body.
my life.
If you come round, I'll make you some more.
No, I just
Oh,
want to know
good
what's in
lordy,
them. What is
Lou.
in the cookies?
I'll give you a secret. It's cookie dough, milk, love.
You've obviously never made cookies
Did
in your
you
life,
just
have you,
did you
Liam?
jerk off in these cookies?
No, what's jerking? I don't
You
like
said
jerked meat.
love.
Yeah, I made them with love and a lot of magic and a few drugs.
Uh,
2 drops of what, sir?
A few drops of magic, yes.
What, how do you have liquid,
of this cookie.
how do you have liquid magic? I don't think that's a thing.
Oh, it's not liquid. It's more of a sort of powder.
How
You
does this
put
not
drugs
come
in
in
these
drops,
cookies,
Liam? Are you
sir?
drunk?
I'm not drunk. I don't drink unless it's milk. I drink a lot of milk.
We've noticed.
All right.
what is in the cookies
Cookie dough.
other than that?
There's this.
What is exactly this powdered magic that you say you put in it?
It's kind of like sporate, but it's manufactured. It's not real. It's nowhere near as powerful, but it makes
In
some...
Colombia?
What's in Colombia?
Okay.
Did you just put synthetic drugs in our cookies,
Does
sir?
it look a bit like flour?
Yeah, I mean that's how you make
More
cookies.
like baking powder, maybe?
No.
What the fuck?
We got fucking the equivalent of Coke cookies.
Cookies!
Oh my god. Just while they're having this conversation, I'm just gonna go over to Mikolash, just say, "Here, have this milk. It's supposed to make you feel better."
You just dump a pile of milk next
Just
to
a
him.
bucket of milk.
Yeah.
I won't
Don't
say
use
anything.
storage bad for the
I
environment.
won't even like look. Here, what have you put it like next to me?
Yeah, and I just
Yeah,
say like, "Here, this will make you feel better."
No reaction. Nothing. He
You
just,
know what?
Just sits there standing. Just looking at the
Just
floor.
sits there standing. Yes.
Yes, there, precisely.
We, with members of a magic guild, will keep some of the cookies. We'll take the cookies there, and we'll ask someone that can actually form a decent sentence without sounding insane.
I can
Mister,
do
I'm
that.
sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Ah, yes. I was gonna bring this up after everyone left. Literally, no one has asked him his name yet.
I am now.
My name is Harold Gardame. Lovely to meet all of you.
Well, I'm glad that's been
Pleasure.
settled.
What are
I'm
all your
glad
names?
it's not some. I'm glad it's not innuendo. Game man.
I am Biddy Lou, Spine Stealer.
Oh, what a romantic name.
I am leaving.
Hi, okay. He writes
Hi,
that
leaving.
down
I'm
on the
dad.
note. He writes down leaving and dad on the notepad.
Well, that's the first time I've had my name called romantic. Horrifying's usually the more apt descriptor.
Romance and horror are usually the same thing if you ask certain people.
You know, I'm
That
inclined to
sounds
agree.
like they ain't real good at one of the other,
They're bards.
namely romance. But I'm a bard, sir.
Oh, that's why it's romantic.
I expect I don't have long until these cookies hit my bloodstream, so I feel like I really want to get back to the mage
The
guild
effect
and
of your
figure out
cookie
what
is
these are.
already worn off. Like, that bleeding
Oh.
was the cookie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
As yet, I
Yeah,
have
you're
no idea what the
fine.
effect of
My
mine
cookie
was.
effect was great. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah.
I don't know when technically my effect is the next time you have a conversation with someone, so I don't know what that's going to be technically.
Yeah. Everyone apart from George and the horse has no idea what's going to happen when their cookies kick in or when their cookies kick in.
Don't
So
like
that hasn't
that.
kicked in yet.
What? Gorg's has kicked in, but Rogthorn,
okay.
Biddy, and Euriley have not yet.
No, I've had mine kick in. I had the amazing effect.
No, it's kicked in. You haven't seen the effects.
Oh,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
We're
just
gonna
I feel
know.
great regardless.
Yes, you should. Anyway, is there anything else you needed?
Please get the recipe if I speed up your order.
The rest. What for the cookies?
Yes.
Yes, please.
I haven't got the recipe on me. I hid it somewhere in the cabinet, but I'll get it down for the next time you guys come by.
Could you
You
please send
must-
it to me while you send your, dress order?
Good idea. I'll do that. Yeah, sure.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. And he nods and he looks at you. He's like, "Bye."
Goodbye.
See you later.
I bled everywhere. I killed my horse. I think it's time to go.
Yeah. Your horse seems traumatized. But medically,
the
that's
horse.
fine now.
Oh god, he pats
I
the
comfort the horse.
All right, you don't need to make an animal check this time. It's catatonic.
Oh no, you broke the horse!
I broke Comet. Oh.
Catalytic.
All right,
I got a sick horse.
yeah.
Was it going to be
The
able to?
horse needs to go see a horse therapist.
That's a thing, actually. You
therapist.
can become
Equine
an animal
therapist.
psychologist.
And
That's legitimately a thing.
I know. I had a feeling. I mean, to be fair, animals do have brains affected by traumas.
No, you get more money from being an animal psychologist than from being a real psychologist. It's crazy.
Because because real psychologists don't necessarily work for rich white people who will spend an arm and a leg for their
I can see her
True.
breaking down.
Yes,
Same.
top quality internet right now.
That's what happened with the next conversation.
All right, so you
I'm
all
assuming
hop
we're
in the
leaving.
cart and you prepare to leave, ready to go pick flowers and complete your first 2 contracts.
I'm just closing my eyes and hoping that Comet walks. I'm just like, please walk. Please walk,
Comet
please
does walk in a straight line at a relatively slow speed.
I mean, he's fine
Sweet.
after
Shame.
a while. You said.
I'm
isn't he?
assuming we're returning to the Magic Guild.
Are
I
you
thought
returning
we
to
were
the
gonna-
Magic
No, we're
Guild,
gonna
or are
do
you
the
continuing
second,
to do the contract?
Well, we
No,
have
no.
to hand in the ring.
You can keep it on you while you do the next contract.
Yeah, let's
I mean, we
let's
don't
just
have
go
to
balls
hand it
deep.
at all. We could use it if we wanted to, but you know.
No.
250.
Diddy has the ring,
250
and
G's,
none of
bro.
y'all
250.
are none of y'all are touching it. She made a promise to the crazy
Yeah.
wizard.
It's an investment. It's going to be worth it when we get in. We're going to get that gold level. We're going to get those perks. We're going to get that library.
Gotta
Gonna
get
get
that
that
cookie
money.
recipe.
We
Gonna get
get the
those
library.
bitches.
We get the library in like 20 sessions.
Yeah.
It's gonna take-
Yeah.
Yes, you all got into your cart and you try and
the
coerce
flowers.
Comet
And
to
you just
start
see
to
a-
move. And
You just see a bucket of milk next to me.
yeah, it's just wobbling as the cart goes
We
forward.
should probably put a lid on that.
I don't think buckets come with lids.
I can. Yeah.
Oh, she died.
Oh boy.
Well,
Yes.
Well, that's the
Rip
internet.
her.
She'll be back.
Oh, there she
Hello.
goes.
Hey.
But yes, you all prepare to ride off to the east, ready to help go complete your second contract as the day slowly comes
Why are we
to
going
an
east?
end.
Why are we going south?
It was southeast.
Alright.
But you're going east and
Well,
then you're going to go straight
southwest.
down south, yeah. But I think
I feel
that
like
is where we will end the session for today.
Okay.
Alright.
And for the stream,
Okay, I'm back.
oh,
Hello.
fuck. I said that's where we're going to end the session for today as you head off to complete your next contract.
I'm good with whatever.
Okay, cool.
Sweet.
Goodbye, stream.
Goodbye, stream.
I'm gonna try not to die next time.
That's
I'm
it's,
trying
o-
to kill anything next
Don't
time.
kill the horse.
Aaron, it's only going to get worse.
I know.
But-
I know. That's what I'm scared about.
All right,
I've
bye.
lost 2 hit
was-
points. Bye.
Bye bye.